operative.
When you try to go in and find out, okay, what does this program do? Who's getting the money? Why was this funded? Why are we doing this? Why aren't you coordinating with the embassy or the State Department? Their attitude is, we don't have to answer to you because we are independent. We answer to no one. Well, that's not true, and that will no longer be the case.
But Democrats are pledging to block what they call dangerous moves by President Trump.
It is embarrassing to read the headlines about Free America, where one man is walking around like he is the boss of all of us.
Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Rubio says some of what the foreign aid agency does will continue, but in alignment with the national interest. As for Musk, who has business contracts with the federal government, President Trump says he's only allowed to do things with approval and not allowed into areas with any conflict of interest in his access to federal agencies. After a phone call with Mexico's president, President Trump pauses tariffs on Mexico.
Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum agreed to deploy 10,000 soldiers to the Mexican-U.S. border to stem the flow of migrants and drugs.
We haven't agreed on tariffs yet, and maybe we will, maybe we won't.
But President Trump says he will delay tariffs for 30 days on Mexican imports. So far, a similar agreement has not been reached with the Canadian government.
We don't need them to make our cars. We don't need them to give us lumber. We don't need them for agricultural products because we have all the agriculture we need.
The president plans to impose a 25% tariff on Canada at midnight, he says, to combat illegal drugs and force a trade balance.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They could lose funding. 64 degrees, sunny downtown. There's nothing on your radar. 31 is your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Federal immigration raids are happening across the country, including here in Indiana. Ryan Hedrick reports on what one of your senators has to say about them.
After President Donald Trump's orders on illegal immigrations, including deporting those with criminal records, some advocacy groups say the government is deporting people by mistake, a claim that U.S. Senator Jim Banks says is just not true.
If there are good examples of that happening, then we should correct it. What ICE is focused on is going out and using the full force of the federal government to go out and identify these violent criminals.
Banks told Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that if Hoosier police agencies block immigration raids, he'll push to cut their federal funding. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Last week, the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission filed new charges against your Attorney General, Todd Rokita, over misconduct related to a statement that he made about an abortion doctor. Rokita calls the investigations endless and politically motivated.
The lawfare continues, and it's aimed at silencing me because they don't like what I say on behalf of Hoosiers who spoke pretty loudly at the ballot box recently on my behalf. This is an attempt to take away their voices as well, you know.
The charges come from a press release Rokita issued after the Supreme Court ruling, where they claim he contradicted his sworn affidavit. Rokita says he acknowledged the reprimand, which he claims he did. Indiana will see a big impact from President Trump's tariffs if he plans to implement them, which it looks like he's going to do soon. Here's Kurt Darling.
Those include a 25% tariff on Canada, which is Indiana's biggest international trading partner. Indiana imported $11 billion worth of goods from Canada 2 years ago. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
This is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people.
IU Kelley School of Business experts say Hoosiers may end up paying roughly $200 a month more for goods because of the tariffs. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And temperatures up and around the 60s here in central Indiana today. That will change later in the week.
We're not concerned about any snow now over the next 7 days. Looks like if any wind shear precip mixes in on Wednesday morning, looks like it'll probably be freezing rain, maybe some sleet.
Craig Mello with the National Weather Service says it's also going to start to cool down once the system moves in. That starts Tuesday. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
If you're drowning in unresolved tax debt, know this. The IRS can place a lien on your home, garnish your paycheck, and levy your bank account. That's catastrophe for you.
We interrupt this message to bring you some good news about your tax debt. We're TaxRise, experienced tax professionals who can help you seek relief programs and work directly with the IRS on your behalf. Find out if you qualify with a free consultation. 888-788-4220. Eric from South Carolina owed over $74,000. We helped reduce it to $798. Troy, a disabled veteran, owed over $142,000 and settled at $500. We've helped thousands of clients with their tax problems, and we're ready to help you. So take the drama out of your tax debt and rise above your situation with Tax Rise. For your free consultation, call 888-788-4220. 888-788-4220.
Results vary, not guaranteed. Client names changed. Tax Rise is not IRS affiliated or a law firm.
The traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Harrison? Looking at the south side, Edgewood Avenue, 5 points. That's a vehicle fire. Crash on the northwest side is cleared. Northbound 465 at 865. And a crash on the east side. It's Washington Street at Pleasant Run. Traffic sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Make hiring easier with the workforce experts. Let the people at Express Employment Professionals find you the right fit. Hiring is about people, not algorithms. Visit ExpressPros.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly to mostly cloudy conditions expected for the day today. It will be incredibly mild with high temperatures right around 62. Winds will be a bit breezy out of the south. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. We're going to put a pause on the tariffs. Pause on the Mexican tariffs. Slight anticipated pause. 1 month. We'll get to that here in a second. But Hammer, please, first, we must. Did you see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
We must.
You tricky son of a.
We must talk about Elon Musk versus Indiana Senator Todd Young.
So in a span of like an hour and a half yesterday, Elon Musk went from calling Senator Todd Young a deep state puppet to basically saying, he's not that bad of a guy. I'm paraphrasing, of course. So 1 minute, he puts out a now deleted tweet calling Indiana Senator Todd Young a deep state puppet. And then, seriously, 90 minutes later, quote, Senator Young will be a great ally in restoring power to the people from the vast unelected bureaucracy. And he talks about a phone call that he had with him.
So this is all because of Tulsi Gabbard and her nomination for the spy agencies.
Correct.
Going to oversee all the spy guys. And Todd Young's been a little iffy on that.
He's been iffy on Trump from the very beginning.
Oh, well, not iffy. Wasn't going to endorse him. I guess that's iffy. But I guess here is Elon Musk using his own platform to call out somebody from Indiana, deep state puppet, then an hour later deletes it.
Right.
Color me shocked. Elon Musk is only doing what he knows how to do. He's the one that bought Twitter. Look, everybody does that. It's like that drug PSA, right? Isn't it like that drug? Elon Musk buys Twitter and then deletes his own tweets and says, well, I learned it by watching you.
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
I see where you were going there. I see it.
It took me a little while to get there, but in my head, I had it better laid out than that. But really, I mean, isn't that what Twitter is? X is, I'm sorry. You put a thought out there, oops, sorry, or you speak without knowing all the facts. That's what Elon Musk kind of did, or didn't. I don't know. We'll see the votes tomorrow for Tulsi Gabbard.
Tomorrow is the big day where we're going to find out if Tulsi has the votes or not. Kind of sounds like she doesn't as of right now. But going back to Elon Musk, though, it just feels like this is a bad look. Now, look, I like Elon Musk.
I do too.
I am so happy he bought Twitter. Like, I hope everybody understands the ramifications of not having, Big Brother censor every single thing that you do for one political party. Thank God for Elon Musk for doing what he did. But, man, I don't want to say stay in your lane because his lane seems like it's continuing to expand.
Man, and he's doing well cutting billions from the government right now with Doge.
Right.
I know what you're saying, though.
But he's not Tucker Carlson, right?
Yeah.
He's not some sort of political savvy, I know the ins and outs of all these types of people dude. He may get there. He's not there yet. And that was proof yesterday. We all know about Todd Young, right? loves to spend. What is it Rob Kendall calls him? The
Duke of Spendingburg?
The Duke of Spendingburg. That's correct. And listen, did not endorse Trump, which, all right, that's fine. But don't be shocked when he doesn't get on board with Donald Trump's nominees here, right? Todd Young is exactly who you think he is. He is Mitch McConnell's puppet. And Elon Musk was right about that. But don't be delete tweet guy. Delete tweet guy is the worst.
Again, he learned it from his own users.
Learned it by watching you.
We've never deleted a tweet. Have we?
The only time I've ever deleted something is if I spell something just so awful, I get the grammar police after me.
Right.
Like, other than that, now that we have the edit feature,
boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. You mentioned it earlier, Nige.
Yes.
We got a 1-month pause on tariffs with Mexico. This was a big talk all weekend long. The same people who have ignored what's been happening with our economy for 4 years, price, goods, services, all of a sudden are experts. And they are telling you, Donald Trump, boy, oh boy, he's going to raise your prices up, even though they were silent for 4 years. But now Mexico has come to the table, and they say they will send 10,000 troops to the border to help stop the flow of fentanyl into the United States. And both she, the Mexican president, and President Trump have agreed to pause the tariffs for 1 month. Now, in exchange, the United States has promised to work on stopping the flow of high-powered weapons into Mexico. So that's how it's done, right? You negotiate. That's how it's done. Stop the southern invasion, and we will act like normal people here.
President Scheinbaum from Mexico. You said she. President Scheinbaum, by the way. But yeah, and look, it happened within a day of all this talk. It happened within a day, Hammer. And then, yes, yesterday I'm seeing all this stuff on social media. Have you checked the price of eggs? Still hasn't gone down. Well, these are the same people that didn't care about Ukraine, all the spending, and where did all that money go, by the way, is Zelensky asking on the
They
side.
didn't care about eggs last month.
They did.
Right. They didn't care about the price of eggs the last 4 years. Now, all of a sudden, oh my God, have you seen the price of eggs?
It's kind of a tell. It's kind of a self-own, isn't it?
It is.
When that happens.
It totally is. I can't believe he hasn't lowered prices yet. Yet being the key word. You didn't say anything for 4 years, you moron. So, yeah, now we find out what's going to happen with Canada. Donald Trump speaking to Pretty Boy today. We'll see if they decide to play ball or not. But as of right now, 1 month pause with Mexico on the tariffs. And Nige, if you need a reason to drink today, and I don't know about you, I'm looking for one right now. After a really crappy start, the Indiana Pacers have the best record in the NBA since the calendar flipped to January 1st.
Really?
Pacers are 17-5 in their last 22 games, including 11-2 since the start of the brand new year.
Okay.
Now, in that time frame, they are number one in the NBA in assists per game, 30.8, which is absurd. Second with net rating, plus 9.8. And in points per game, they're fourth, 120.5.
Okay.
So they had a horrible start. They were just ass at the beginning of the year. But now things are clicking a little bit here. Things are rolling a little bit. So if you're a basketball fan in Central Indy, you know, I know the Hoosiers haven't really been something you can embrace so far.
Purdue?
Maybe Purdue, sure. Purdue had a struggle to beat Indiana on Friday in West Lafayette, but they did win. But the Pacers, man, they're in action tonight up in Utah, starting the Western road trip. They're not back home again for a while. I think the next home game is next week when the Knicks come to town. But, hey, we need something around here, right? So if you need a reason to drink, there it is for you tonight. All right, Matt Bear, what are we looking at?
All right, Hammer, looking at Edgewood Avenue at 5 Points Road. That's a vehicle fire. Please stay clear if you can. Also on the east side, Pleasant Run Parkway at Washington Street. That's a tree fire. please avoid if you can. Eastbound 465 slows Allisonville Road over to I-69, and a reminder, 75th shut down on the northeast side from Graham to Benford. And that is for Nickel Plate Trail construction until Monday, next Monday. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up a little bit later on, after 4 o'clock, our pal Rick Snyder, president of the Fraternal Order of Police, will join us. Now, normally when we talk to Rick, we're breaking down, controversies, lawmakers, crime, numbers in the city. Yeah. It's a little bit of a different conversation today. It's some humanitarian work that he's doing, and I think you guys are going to like this. So we're going to talk to Rick coming up a little bit after 4 o'clock. Guy Relford's going to come in here from Monday Gunday, coming up here in just about 15 minutes. But up next, can I recap the Royal Rumble that was here in Indy this past weekend?
You were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
We'll have that conversation coming up. Right now, it's beautiful. Sunshine and 65 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, what's going on? Hammer and Nigel here. You've heard us mention and talk about Absolute Comfort and their Mitsubishi electric ductless mini splits for years. And there's a reason why. It's because it's an energy-efficient way to heat and cool your home. I mean, it's a game changer. These systems, I'm talking like the smartest of the smart. They can detect when someone is in the room and adjust to your home's activity, whether it's your living room, garage, or your man cave.
Want to learn more? Stop by Absolute Comfort's booth this Friday through Sunday at the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show at Grand Park. Be sure to ask for Jeremy or Chris. They'll answer any of your questions, or look at their website, AbsoluteComfort.org. That's AbsoluteComfort.org. Absolute Comfort, your trusted American Standard Mitsubishi Electric Elite Ductless Pro dealer.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five. Yeah.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Oh, up top, Bike Shop. Yeah.
It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messethorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't
paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car, go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there, who was in his seats on the floor of Lucas Oil for Royal Rumble. 3 words. In my book, Indy rocked it. I watched it on Peacock with my kids, had a blast, Hammer. I couldn't imagine what it was like to be there in person, and you brought your boys with you, right?
Yeah, man, we had a good time, and the reason we go is just for the crowd, right?
Dude.
The people who, criticize it, well, you're paying a lot of money for something you know it's fake. Well, yeah. When you go to a movie, when you go to a concert, do you not know how it's going to play out? If you buy tickets to go see Hamilton or whatever play you get into, you kind of know how it's going to end, right? Now, in this case, I didn't know how it was going to end, but it's just being there for the atmosphere and just seeing all the people, man. It was so fun.
You tell me the ladder match was fake?
Right.
Clarify that for me.
So,
I didn't say it right.
One of the matches was Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens, and it was a ladder match where you basically put the other person through a series of ladders, and I get it. These probably aren't the steel-made ones that they're using to fix the government-funded hotel right now.
They looked a little flimsy.
A little flimsy.
Actually, but who knows what they're using at the government-funded hotel.
But still, I'm at the point in my life where I get frozen shoulder sleeping. So the last thing I want to do is to have my spine land on a ladder, whether it be flimsy or not.
So they hang the championship belts up 20, 30 feet high in the middle of the wrestling ring?
Right.
And if you've got a battle, Cody Rhodes, and what was the other guy's name?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens? Is that a somebody? That's a somebody in the WWE.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat the hell out of each other.
Oh, it's beautiful. Blood was everywhere.
I couldn't imagine.
Oh, man. If you go to a play, like I said earlier, you know how it's going to end, but I don't think Hamilton's bloody. Now, maybe he's shot, but he's not bloody. So, I don't know. It was fun, man. And the crowd, it's just like a concert where they're singing every word. Every wrestler's got their own music or, a dance or whatever or something like that. And I'm looking at the numbers here. The WWE says the Royal Rumble and Indy generated the largest single night gate in WWE history. Single night, meaning it's not a WrestleMania, which is 2 nights. 70,342 fans inside of Lucas Oil Stadium. That is a single night record for attendance.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
And you were there.
Now,
we were watching it. We were counting down the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to go into how it works, but, me and my son watched the whole thing, just counting down every, 2 or 3 minutes. A new wrestler would come into the ring.
Right.
3, 2, 1. And he was waiting for John Cena. He was waiting for that music, for sure.
Looking at some more numbers here, in partnership with Fanatics, merchandise sales were up more than 95% from last year's Royal Rumble. So good for Fanatics. This was the all-time viewership record for a Royal Rumble, up 14% from last year. So you're right. Indy rocked this thing, man. And
that's
when
the other thing. Yeah.
When we were walking over to the stadium, all the bars, all the restaurants were packed. Lines coming out. It was good to see people going into Lucas Oil Stadium optimistic for once. It was people were looking forward to the activity inside of Lucas Oil Stadium for once. I thought this was interesting because when you think of Indiana, what kind of Indiana celebrities do you bring to the Royal Rumble?
Let's see. Babyface.
Did not see him there. Tyrese Halliburton of the Pacers was there.
I saw Tyrese Halliburton, yes. Superstar.
But John Mellencamp.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So John Mellencamp's sitting there ringside, right? He's got a front row type seat, and they always put the celebrities on the camera. John Mellencamp is here.
Yeah.
he would have got the same amount of applause as if they put Allison on the screen.
Oh, Allison would have got more applause.
Probably. I thought it was really odd.
Wow, that is strange. Wow.
Now, I get most of the people that go to these things are from out of town, and Mellencamp's pretty damn old. But here in Indiana, I thought he would have got more of a, hey, all right, small town, Jack and Diane, all right.
There wasn't even that?
No, there was nothing.
There was no, hey, yeah, Jack and Diane.
Suck it on, chili dog, hey, all right. Nothing. Like it was crickets. Because they showed all these old other wrestlers, you know, Kurt Angle, big round of applause, and Rob Van Dam, great. John Cougar Mellencamp. All right.
Yeah. Cherry bomb. Okay. Okay. So it's a different crowd. It's maybe different politics as well. I mean, John Mellencamp's been very vocal on his staunch political views.
I mean, I don't know what the political breakdown was in there because there were so many different people. It's wild.
Yeah.
So you got dudes like me in there, like with their kids, and we grew up kind of watching it. There was like a couple like bachelorette parties of like hot chicks that were at the Royal Rumble.
Really?
Then you've got like rowdy frat bros. And then you've got a small faction of people that still think it's real. So you've got all of those people in one area, and it's a melting pot.
You just ruined it for me. It's not real. It's all scripted. You can't be serious.
The outcomes are predetermined, but the action is legit. That's what I always say. But no, man, it was a real good time, and everybody seemed like they had a ball at that thing.
And Indy did it right.
Yeah.
As many problems as we have here with crime and who's leading the city. I mean, the privatization and the people that do this right. I mean, it works.
We do big events better than anybody. We really do. The city of Indianapolis, you know, they get the bums on the bus, they get them out of here, and we have big events downtown. That's what we do. Because I didn't see many downtown this weekend, and I walk around downtown every damn day. They're here. They just weren't here for the Royal Rumble.
Interesting.
Allison, we haven't done one of these in a while. Let's crank up a Damn Nature You Scary.
The Hammer and Nigel Show.
Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
The dingo ate your baby.
And now Hammer and Nigel proudly presents
Damn, nature, you scary.
Lions.
And tigers. And bears.
Oh, my.
So, I don't know if you guys have seen this video or not. It's pretty wild. This is from Grand Teton National Park. 3 wolves were chasing an elk, trying to maul and kill and eat the elk.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, the elk, this was a big, bad mamma jamma. So he's running from the wolves, and I'll retweet the video here in just a moment. And then he's like kicking the wolves in the face with his back legs, and then turns around and like headbutts some of these wolves. And ultimately, he wins. Like the elf totally.
Oh, I'm watching it now. Holy crap. What?
That elf has not played around.
Let me tell you, my buddies had been hiking in that area before and ran into an elk. And they tell you, like, elk are dangerous.
Oh,
There's some big bastards.
Yes. And you know what? 3 wolves are also dangerous.
Well, yes, they are.
Foaming at the mouth and the fangs, and they're trying to, like, corner the elk. And, man, the elk had no part of it. At one point, he starts screwing with the wolves. Like, he's screwing with them. Like, he's bluffing like he's going to come at him, making him flinch.
That's incredible.
That's
wow.
That's some good stuff right there.
You.
Listen to the audio of the guys that recorded this.
Right on that elk. Oh, it just veered off. There's another one coming up. They're on him. That other one almost just got him. Oh my God. They're so close on him. There's 3. There's 3 on it. They are nipping at it. All 3 of them are right on him. Oh, he kicked one. Oh my God, it's like toying with it.
Oh, wow. It's like listening to WWE commentary almost.
Right. Like the minute Kevin Owens went through the table, I wanted to hear this.
Yeah.
Damn, nature, you scary.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You know, Low T Center, it's not your typical doctor's office. The physicians are specializing in treating low testosterone, low T. They make it easy to get your levels checked. It's just a simple test at Low T Center. And with their on-site labs, you'll get results back right there. Don't wait, especially if you're feeling tired, you're lacking motivation, drive, gaining weight, noticing a loss of muscle mass. These are all signs of low T.
And if you're already a patient at the Low T Center, how would you like a $150 referral credit for every patient that you bring in to the Low T Center? They will hook you up with a $150 referral payment for each new patient. And remember, at the Low T Center, you can get your health evaluated for weight loss medications, GLP-1 weight loss medications. LowTCenter.com. Book that appointment today. LowTCenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Howard Bailey Financial is now in Carmel on Rangeline Road. For over 20 years, we've helped people navigate their retirement journeys, and now we're bringing our experience closer to home. Visit retirecarmel.com to schedule your appointment or text Carmel to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Together, let's build the retirement you deserve. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A suggestion from your senator. Temperatures in the upper 60s today with clear skies. Radar clear as well. Yes, it is February. 31 your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:32. There's going to be consequences for those who interfere with federal officials deporting illegal immigrants. This according to your newly elected Senator Jim Banks.
If local city police chiefs, like the police chief in Indianapolis, suggest that he's going to block those efforts by ICE, then I'm exploring ways to take away federal grants that go to those law enforcement agencies.
Banks, talking with Wish TV's All Indiana Politics, IMPD Chief Chris Bailey said last week his department lacks the authority to enforce federal immigration policy. President Donald Trump says he spoke with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau today, with 25% tariffs against Canada expected to go into effect at midnight.
Canada is very tough. Canada is very, we're not treated well by Canada, and we have to be treated well.
Trump says Canada is being unfair to the U.S. and also claims that America does not need the country's cars, lumber, or agriculture. Those are all goods the U.S. currently relies on. Investigators in Philadelphia are still looking into that small plane crash from last Friday. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro is thankful for the first responders who helped save some lives after the crash.
I am grateful to our first responders and law enforcement for doing their part to save lives. I'm grateful to our neighbors here in Northeast Philly for doing their part to save lives. And I'm especially grateful to Mayor Parker for her extraordinary leadership here in the city of Philadelphia.
At least 7 people died from the wreck. 24 others were hurt. 6 of those 24 are still in the hospital, 2 of them critical. Most places in Indiana have highs north of 60 degrees today, but tomorrow could be getting some rain.
And with that, looks like we could have a chance for maybe some freezing rain to mix in. There's still low confidence in that, but we're watching that for Wednesday morning.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says make sure you watch out for any slick roads and bundle up as it gets colder. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:33.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Zero Res. And when was the last time you gave your carpets some love? Now listen, they're the largest air filter in your home, and unless those carpets are cleaned on a regular basis, the stuff that's in the fibers can be downright scary. There's a good chance you're breathing unhealthy levels of germs and dirt and dander and bacteria that just keep recirculating again and again. Well, here's some really good news. Zero Res has a February special of 3 rooms of carpet cleaning starting at $119, plus a 4th room clean free and $75 off air duct cleaning. And with their Gotta Love It guarantee, they're going to make sure your investment with them is a great experience. The Zero Res service is easy to line up, and you can go online at zeroresindy.com to do some scheduling at your convenience. Mention WIBC, get 3 rooms cleaned starting at $119, plus a 4th room cleaned for free and $75 off air duct cleaning too. It's Zero Res. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at zeroresindy.com.
The traffic at 335. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, Harrison, looking at a crash on the northeast side. It's 46 at Allisonville Road. Crash west side at 10th Street at High School Road. Crash on the south side reported as a vehicle fire, Edgewood Avenue, 5 Points Road. And then eastbound 465, that's slowing up on the northeast side from Allisonville Road to I-69. Inbound 65 dragging into Meridian Penn from 21st. Not too bad yet. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Park Events Center. Visit SuburbanIndieShows.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly to mostly cloudy conditions expected for the day today. It will be incredibly mild with high temperatures right around 62. Winds will be a bit breezy out of the south. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gunday with the gun guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Relford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
Hammer and Nigel show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there also joining us live in studio. Guy Relford, the gun guy, 2A attorney, licensed firearms instructor, and host of the Gun Guy Show Saturdays on 93 WIBC. Guy Relford, how are you?
Man, I'm great, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gunday. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg, the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest, and PA Jewelers located right in the store. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or PremierArms.com.
All right, Guy, let's start with the Indiana General Assembly. Some of the bills that the House is looking at, you're involved with. Can you expand just a little bit on that?
Oh, absolutely. And I was excited that the bill that I wrote and was introduced in the House by Representative Ben Smaltz that would allow us, in fact, require a judge to expunge, that is, seal the records of a red flag case off someone's record once they're found to be not dangerous. You know, they go into their initial hearing. Let's say you're falsely accused. You're just wrongly, incorrectly accused of being dangerous. The way the law exists right now, you go in, you win. Okay, that's great. You get your guns back. But there's this record hanging out there when anyone does a background check on you forever.
Right. So let's just say I decided to call the police on Allison and just lie and say she's got a 9mm and she's just blowing the head off of swans. Everywhere she goes, she's shooting a swan to death. Even though she's not, that would get thrown out of court.
Yeah, as great an image as that is.
Right.
But no.
But that would be completely thrown out. She wouldn't go to jail, but that ridiculous claim would be on her record forever.
That's right. And then, she wants to go, upgrade and go to the, Kendall and Casey show or, and there's a background. Oh, well, wait a minute. That would. I'm totally kidding.
I'm standing right here, guy.
I'm totally kidding. But
what the hell?
But she goes through a background check, and somebody turns that up, and they easily, and I've seen this happen. This is exactly why I wrote the bill. Someone does a background check. They say, oh, wait a minute. There was this allegation that you're out there doing dangerous things. You're too dangerous to possess a firearm. We don't think we want to hire you. I've had people lose volunteer opportunities, lose relationships, and certainly lose jobs. And so it's a big problem. And the good news is we passed it out of committee a week and a half ago in the House at the Courts and Criminal Code Committee, 11-0. Went to the floor of the House this last week on Wednesday. And guess what? 91-0.
Let's go.
It passed.
Nice
so
work. 91-0. Like, to keep the wrestling theme going, you're Mr. Perfect. That's who you are. Perfect so far. Not a single negative vote against your bill.
Yeah, I don't hear that often. But hey, now it goes over to the Senate. And the good news is we got a Senate sponsor, great hero of the Second Amendment, Senator Aaron Freeman, and it goes to his committee. He's the chair of the Corrections and Criminal Code Committee, Criminal Law Committee over in the Senate. And so we hope it'll get a hearing, and then we'll start the battle all over again in the Senate. But, man, couldn't be looking any more positive right now.
How many bills or laws are you responsible for?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's responsible for is a,
Don't be modest. Do the victory lap here. How many big things can we thank you for?
There are 8 or 10 or so that I've written that are now the law, and then there's I don't know, a couple of dozen that I've supported. And fought for, and had been part of the team. But man, when it comes to Second Amendment, that's the thing. Our legislature catches so much crap, so much grief from so many people. But on the Second Amendment, the Indiana General Assembly's been strong, and there are a lot of people over there. And I'm talking Jim Lucas, Ben Smaltz, and a whole wide Aaron Freeman in the Senate. And there are a whole bunch of people that fight for Second Amendment rights, and I, it's nice to be on that team. And people, the local folks from NRA and others. So, I'll let other people talk about that kind of stuff. But there's a good team that's done a lot of good things for Second Amendment in Indiana.
And by the way, Allison has never slaughtered a swan. I just want to make that perfectly clear before anybody starts getting on the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Expunge that from her record, okay?
Yeah, and the goose is another story, right? Or wait, is that the same thing?
And by the way, the only reason I said it was a good image, because I substituted in my brain, goose.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you.
They're rotten, mean little SOBs.
No, exactly. Because geese are rats with wings, right? And so the idea of Allison out there playing Rambo with some geese, I'm sorry, that's just a good image for me.
That's going to be on the next Hammer and Nigel Show T-shirt, by the way. Allison in the Rambo outfit, just lighting up geese.
Swan in the background.
Guy Relford's here. Monday, Gunday. Looks like the DNC... They had to go back to the drawing board after this last presidential election. Electoral college blowout. They lost every swing state.
Yeah.
And they've got new leadership. They've got a new president and a new vice president. But it looks like they're going all in on gun control because their vice president is David Hogg. Now, if this name rings a bell, this is the little twerp that wasn't at school the day the Parkland shooting took place, even though he was enrolled there. But he acts like he, was face to face with Nicholas Cruz. He's made gun control his whole grifter claim to fame. Somehow got into an Ivy League school when he didn't have the grades to do it. And now the same guy that said he was going to start a rival pillow company to compete against Mike Lindell, and that went belly up in like 2 weeks, is now going to be the vice president of the DNC.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just think this is delicious. I think this is fabulous. And you can kind of see the thinking of these idiots at the Democrat National Committee where they're thinking, we just started the last presidential campaign with this artifact, Joe Biden, and obviously that didn't work out well. And then we had to bring in this horribly unpopular candidate. We want to go young. We want to go vibrant. We want to go dynamic. And so they went out looking at who they had available. And David Hogg, this guy who started his political involvement on a lie. He started it. It's complete fiction. He was not in the school.
No.
And that's not to minimize the horror of the Parkland, Florida. No. I mean, it was terrible. It was god awful. But he wasn't there. And early on, he tried to, suggest that he was. That got refuted. So then he's just representing. But he's out there on this gun control campaign. He's a complete idiot. If you ever, and I don't follow him because I don't even want to give him another follow on his Twitter or X feed, but I see stuff that reposted all the time. He gets just abused on Twitter. He comes out with some of the dumbest, most historically inaccurate stuff. He just gets killed regularly out on social media.
He's a gun lunatic at this point.
Oh, absolutely. And he's just all in on any form of gun control that's ever existed. And, he's gone in, he started a PAC, I think it was called Candidates We Deserve. And they got wasted this last election. They just got pummeled. So, hey, if they want to bring him in, they want to make that part of the Democrat National Committee, their national agenda. They want to put this guy in charge. Hey, I'm all in because he's an idiot. He's going to continue down this road. And I got to tell you, I don't believe the rank and file Democrat candidate They don't want to take on gun control. They know it doesn't play.
No.
They know it makes them get killed, especially in swing states.
Yes.
That's the big issue. You go to Connecticut or California or New York and campaign on gun control, great. You're going to win your election anyway. You go to swing states on gun control, you're going to get killed. And so I think it's great for those of us who actually support the Second Amendment.
Democrats own guns too.
Yes, they do.
Just so everybody knows.
Absolutely.
And now you're saying Hammer, the vice chair, wants complete is a guy that wants gun control?
Oh, he's a nut, an absolute nut. And the thing is, nobody has probably ever told him to his face, you're in over your head and you don't know what you're talking about. He's just been willing to accept all of these things where people have lifted him up because they felt bad what happened at the school. Oh, we'll put you into the Ivy League. I feel bad those Republicans have guns and somebody got shot at the school. Even though you don't have grades, here, we'll put you into the Ivy League. And now it continues. No Democrat who's a candidate is going to listen to this guy.
He was a public school reject in Florida, and he got into Harvard, exactly to your point. And listen, the reason the Democrats got stomped this last election is because they didn't figure out that their extreme radical views just don't play. They don't play around the kitchen table. They just don't play to rank and file, and they don't play in swing states.
They don't.
Then they go out and they bring in David Hogg as their vice chair of the DNC. Hey, I say you just go. You just keep right on down that road, because that means you don't get it. And the longer they don't get it, the longer Republicans are going to win elections.
Can you see Gretchen Whitmer taking any sort of advice from this guy?
Yeah, right.
Can you see Gavin taking any sort of advice from this kid? Like, we're good, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we overuse terms like pencil neck. But if there ever was a poster child for the term pencil neck, it's got to be David Hogg. I'm sorry.
Adam Schiff is his dad.
It just is.
Come back for one more segment?
You bet. Always.
Guy Relford's here. It's Monday Gunday. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Jewelrygram, it's your friends at Shane Company here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Friday, February 14th. It's the most romantic day of the year to give and get fine jewelry. We have expertly crafted gifts for every type of sweetheart. For the one, we'll help you propose with the dream engagement ring. Come see our wide selection of hand-picked natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. In stock and ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Or maybe you'll fall in love with a natural, colorful gemstone. At Shane Company, we're known for our sapphires in every color of the rainbow. We have options for every style and budget. Get creative and design a custom necklace with meaningful charms, including 14-karat gold letters, engravable hearts, and birthstones. Our mother-of-pearl heart-shaped collection makes a perfect gift that's ready to give. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our unmatched free lifetime warranty, everyday competitive prices, and no-pressure shopping experience. Come see us in-store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
February is here and love is in the air. But if you're not in love with the way your home feels this winter, Universal Windows Direct has the perfect solution with their Love Your Windows sales event. Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Right now with Universal Windows Direct, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free, and there's no limit. Need 4 windows, you pay for 2. Need 20, pay for 10. It's the perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. And that's not all. Universal Windows Direct is offering no interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months of easy payments with 0% interest. Already have a price from another company? Universal Windows Direct will beat it, so you know you're getting the best deal around. Now, some restrictions may apply, so call Universal Windows Direct to get all the details and schedule your free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. And check everything out on the web at universalwindowsdirect.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Feeling the aches and pains of everyday life slowing you down? Introducing Blue Emu, America's #1 emu oil formula for pain relief. In a recent clinical trial, 91% of users saw improvement after using Blue Emu. Whether you're working hard, playing harder, or just staying active, Blue Emu penetrates deep to relieve joint and muscle pain fast. And best of all, you won't stink. Join the 91% who felt the difference. Find Blue Emu at your local retailer or online. Blue Emu works fast and you won't stink.
Show your true love and spoil her with that special Valentine's gift from Pierce Jewelers in Carmel that says, I love you. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and want to work with a local independent dealer you can trust, like B&W HVAC Plumbing and Electrical? Find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
More with Guy Relford here in just a moment. But first, Matt Baer is going to get you where you need to be.
Inbound 65, 3-minute delay from 21st Street to Meridian. Eastbound 465 on the north side, stop and go Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Crash on the northeast side, 46th Street at Allisonville Road. And a crash on the west side, 10th Street at High School Road. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Park Event Center. Visit suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Everything is beautiful right now. The weather is beautiful. It's sunny and 66 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. And the YouTube camera on Guy Relford's face. Guy Relford's beautiful face.
Yeah.
If you're watching the YouTube feed, you can see him. A beautiful human being.
Yeah. You know, I sure thought this was going toward Miss Allison right here in this whole conversation because
suck up.
No.
HR has told me I can no longer comment on Allison.
We can't even compliment her.
Yes, it's just act like she's not in the room.
Hey, good word to the wise right there. I need to watch that.
Talk to me about this Fifth Circuit situation here on restrictions on adult handguns.
Yeah, well, okay. Let me ask you this question, you guys. Let's say that you're a 20-year-old and you just got back from Iraq or Afghanistan, Syria, wherever you might have been stationed in the military, and you come home, you've been carrying an M4 select fire, automatic capable firearm, or you've been flying a drone, or you've been running an artillery unit and taking incoming rocket attacks from you daily or nightly, and you come home and you go to your local gun store as a 20-year-old, and you can't buy a handgun from your local gun store. Does that make any sense to you?
I mean, on one hand, devil's advocate here, if you're not old enough to drink, should we trust you with a firearm? On the other hand, if you're old enough to go overseas and defend your country, you should be old enough for both.
If you're not old enough let me rephrase it. If you're old enough to vote, should you be able to vote on your Second Amendment rights?
That's true.
And certainly to carry an automatic weapon or run an artillery battery or drive a tank in the military. And by the way, you can come home and you can buy an AR-15. You can come home and buy a shotgun. You can even buy a handgun from a private party. You just can't go to a gun store and buy a handgun. That's ludicrous. It makes no damn sense. And what this Fifth Circuit decision says is that the restriction on buying handguns, even though you can buy a long gun at 18, 19, or 20 in a gun store, you have to be 21 to buy a handgun. That law is unconstitutional because there's no, and we've talked a lot about the effect of the Bruin decision that came down here a couple of years ago from the Supreme Court that says, text, history, and tradition. A law to be constitutional under the Second Amendment has to be consistent with the history and tradition of how this country, going back to the time of the founding, has regulated gun rights. How old did you have to be to join the militia? in Massachusetts, right? Or New York or Virginia or another one of the colonies, 16, 17, invariably.
So this Fifth Circuit decision, does this make it okay for a 20-year-old to buy immediately, or do we got more of a ball game here?
In the Fifth Circuit, which is Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi.
Okay.
So yeah, right as of right now, the law is unconstitutional within the Fifth Circuit, which is those three states. But hey, the Fifth Circuit's been a lightning rod. They're the court that ended up with the Supreme Court overturning the bump stock ban and several other.
Could other circuits see that being viewed as overturned and do the same? Because that's kind of how sports betting came to be. Like once New Jersey won, other states were like, we're going to do the same.
They can see the writing on the wall and go the same direction. Or let's say they go the opposite direction. That's the best argument there is for getting the Supreme Court to take the case when there's a split in the circuits. So this could easily get up to the Supremes, goes up to SCOTUS, then SCOTUS rules the same way, boom, then it's national. And I think it'd be huge. I think it absolutely would be huge.
If somebody wants to hire you, find you, or stalk you, where can they go, Guy?
I'd go Twitter, man. It's just at Guy Relford on Twitter. Trying to build that following anywhere. So go there, give me a follow at Guy Relford on Twitter.
Guy, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
AAA not only is the best at helping you out with flat tires, roadside assistance, replacing my dead batteries at work, but they can also plan some amazing vacations. And with all this snow and ice, I'm ready for a trip to Universal Studios with the family in Florida. You know what I mean? No matter where you're headed, AAA can help you get the best price on your next vacation at the AAA Travel Expo, Saturday, February 22nd at the Ritz-Charles in Carmel.
It's free. You don't even have to be a AAA member to attend. Although members love additional benefits like 24/7, 365 roadside assistance. So save the date right now for the AAA Travel Expo 2025, Saturday, February 22nd at the Ritz-Charles in Carmel. Find your dream vacation at Indiana's favorite travel show. Bring a friend and enjoy the day. Get more information and pre-register for your chance to win a $500 AAA travel voucher at AAA.com/expo.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
This Valentine's Day, shop at Helzberg and get up to 50% off select jewelry. Like a diamond pendant that says,
"I'm so lucky I met you."
A stunning engagement ring to say,
"Let's make this day unforgettable."
Or an anniversary band to tell them,
10 years and we still got it.
Come to Helzberg this Valentine's and get up to 50% off select jewelry and engagement rings. A perfect gift designed with the love and care worthy of your story. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center, with leading-edge treatment options right in your backyard.
I feel blessed and lucky. If I knew someone that was going through what I was going through, I would definitely encourage them to participate in a clinical trial. For me, it was life-changing.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
I'm Patrick McCaffrey, basketball player at Butler University. In 2023, I stepped away from the game and got professional help when anxiety started to overwhelm me. If you're having a mental health crisis, assistance is available for you too. Just call the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, where a trained specialist will give you immediate support. That's what helped me, and it can help you too. Call 988. When you need someone who gets you, they got you.
Coming up in 2 minutes, temperatures well above 60 today. Wrong place, wrong time for a German Shepherd in Indianapolis. And Caitlin Clark getting her jersey retired in Iowa. Those stories coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 4 o'clock.
Clock still ticking for Canada. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. New Trump tariffs set to begin tonight as President Trump holds his second call of the day with Canada's Prime Minister. Earlier, he paused a 25% tariff on Mexican goods after a call with Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum.
And they've agreed to put in 10,000 soldiers permanently, like forever, 10,000 soldiers at their side of the border and stop fentanyl and illegal aliens from coming into our country. They have a big incentive to do.
Sheinbaum says President Trump committed to help prevent the trafficking of high-powered weapons into Mexico. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries calls tariffs a Republican ripoff.
Why are they constantly trying to steal taxpayer money from the American people?
The White House says the administration is focused on both lowering costs and stopping the flow of fentanyl and illegal immigration. The headquarters of the USAID, responsible for U.S. foreign aid, has been closed as the Trump administration considers a major overhaul.
Elon, billionaire leading the administration's Department of Government Efficiency, says he ordered the closure with the agreement of President Trump. The president says he's concerned about fraud at the agency.
They went totally crazy what they were doing, and the money they were giving to people that shouldn't be getting it and to agencies and others that shouldn't be getting it. It was a shame.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says he's now acting director of USAID and says there are things it does that will continue, but everything has to be in alignment with the national interest.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Democrats on Capitol Hill say only Congress can disband that agency. A roller coaster on Wall Street. The Dow down 122 at the bell after dropping more than 600 points earlier today and then climbing briefly into positive territory. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Feels like spring. Sunny, 64 degrees downtown. There's nothing on your radar to worry about either. Beautiful day, really. Low of 31 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Most places in Indiana have highs at least around 60 today, but tomorrow could be dealing with some rain.
And with that, looks like we could have a chance for maybe some freezing rain to mix in. There's still low confidence in that, but we're watching that for Wednesday morning.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says make sure you watch out for any slick roads and bundle up because it will get cold again. It is February after all. When it warms up, the ice melts. It's science. That ice was a problem for a German Shepherd Sunday on the east side of Indianapolis in a pond.
It was reported that a dog had fallen through the ice and that the dog and another dog were kind of buddying around and just playing, doing normal dog stuff.
Indianapolis Fire Department Battalion Chief Rita Wright says Indy firefighters were able to get the German Shepherd out of the ice after it fell through. Other than being really cold at the time, the dog's fine. The other dog it was playing with didn't fall in the water. Good for him. Deportations of criminal and illegal immigrants are happening across the country, including here in Indiana. Your Senator Jim Banks says Democrats shouldn't stand in the way of federal enforcement.
This is important. This is what President Trump was overwhelmingly elected to do on Election Day. And he's off to a great start. It's a shame that we have some local Democrat officials who are trying to block him.
Banks told Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that if IMPD blocks immigration raids. He'll push to cut their federal funding. And Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark was honored by her alma mater yesterday. Here's Kurt Darling.
Thank you. I can't say it enough.
Clark speaking to a packed house at Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City, where her number 22 jersey was retired. She says her accomplishments at Iowa were more than just hers.
I think that just speaks to the culture of this place. You know, so selfless. Like, I know my number's up there, but it wouldn't be if it wasn't for all of you.
She's college basketball's all-time leading scorer and the reigning WNBA Rookie of the Year. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:04.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago, I went, and 19 years later, I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
The traffic on the 5s at 4:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, I'm looking at southbound 65 on our way into downtown. That's stop-and-go traffic. 21st to Meridian Pet. Eastbound 465 on the north side. Stop and go. Keystone Avenue to the White River. Reminder on the northeast side, 75th Street closed between Graham and Benford Boulevard for Nickel Plate Trail construction. That is going on until next Monday, a week from today. Traffic sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes. Want expert tax prep? Jackson Hewitt will give you $100 to switch. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Partly to mostly cloudy conditions expected for the day today. It will be incredibly mild with high temperatures right around 62. Winds will be a bit breezy out of the south. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel. Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Rick Snyder is the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86 here in Indy. Now, normally, when we have conversations with Rick, we're talking about crime numbers in Indy, situations with officers, retaining officers, a little bit of politics in there once in a while. Today's a little different. Rick, tell me what you've been doing the last couple of days.
Well, on Friday, we deployed to Washington, D.C. As part of our FOP National Chaplaincy Network to help provide spiritual support and chaplaincy for our police officers in D.C. and other first responders as a result of the D.C. midair plane crash.
So you are one of the chaplains that travel around the country, and when these grieving families need somebody to talk to, when they need some sort of comfort, you and a number of others are there. Is that correct?
Yeah. Besides the role as being our local FOP president, I have the great privilege to serve as our national FOP chaplain. And with that, we have a chaplain network throughout our nation made up of from our state FOPs and local FOPs. And then we also work in collaboration with other chaplaincies and law enforcement ministries. And about the best example of that is the Billy Graham Law Enforcement Ministry and Chaplaincy that you guys know well. You know of the support from Mr. Franklin Graham, but also his two sons, Will Graham and Edward Graham, who you guys know well, who oversees Samaritan's Purse. Yep. And so they have a rapid response team, and they were able to also deploy about 10 additional chaplains that were able to meet with us there. And it was just a good team collaborative effort just to be in complete support of our first responders. We also had military personnel, medical examiners, death investigators, and just to be there to really be just a ministry of presence, if you will, and allow those folks to talk and as they walk through this, long-term effort that continues on today.
Yeah, the victims and obviously the victims' families are, thoughts and prayers and concerns obviously with them, but the first responders have to see some horrific stuff that they have to process and get through, correct?
Well, yeah, and they're experiencing things that no human should be experiencing, yet they're the ones that are called to do that. And, as we were there, the place that we were located at was the actual recovery site. So once victims were recovered from the water, from the aircraft, they were moved to this location, and that's where we were able to be with all of those personnel. And so when you have the repeated exposure to those experiences, it's vitally important that folks have the opportunity just to speak or sit and have a shoulder to lean on, so that they can then go back into the waters and continue to do their work. It's one of the greatest privileges that I've ever had in my career, and we don't take it lightly. And it's a great opportunity to talk about their source of strength, our source of strength, and just be able to encourage them and keep them upheld as they continue to do that work.
Rick, when you have conversations with these victims' family members, how do you even begin to talk to them? I mean, they are in the just darkest moments of their life. How does that process of a conversation or offering help even begin?
Well, the one thing that we know is that death affects us all. It's the one guarantee that we have in this life is that we will all face it. And that while we're mortal in our physical beings, there is the eternal that we have, that a lot of people wrestle with and come to grips with, oftentimes during times of tragedy and trauma, unexpected deaths, and those kinds of things. But we're able to remind them of what the Word of God said, which is that we walk by faith and not by sight. And you think about it, these divers, they're doing that the entire time that they're in the water. They're operating by faith, not by sight. They're operating by faith in their training, in the things that they know, the laws that they operate within. And oftentimes we're able to talk about the eternal perspective, that we all operate the same way. And so as we do that, again, we can point them back to our source of strength, remind them that God has not forsaken them in that moment. God has not forgotten them either. The same goes for the families of the victims. And we're able to remind them that there is hope, and his name is Jesus. And that's a powerful message to carry, a powerful responsibility to have, one we don't take lightly, but it is vitally important that folks have that resource and outlet available to them, not just to care for their physical well-being, not just to care for their mental, emotional well-being, but the third part that's often missed is their spiritual wellness and the long-term effects that can have.
Chatting with Rick Snyder, president of the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 86, helping some of the victims in that tragic helicopter passenger jet crash near the Reagan Airport. Rick, last thing here before we let you go. How are the families doing? Is there any optimism? Are there any stories that can make you restore your faith in humanity?
What you find in times of crisis like this is the families that you can tell a distinct difference in not just families, but first responders and officers who are well grounded in their faith beforehand versus those who are not. And it's a strong testament and reminder of why that's important for us to have a strong handle on that as we enter into this line of work, but also when we're confronted by the tragedy of the here and now and the unexpected things in life that all of us will face. And so time and time again, what we see, and as chaplains we experience, is oftentimes we're strengthened in our faith by the very folks that we're there to try to help. They actually help us just as much. And that's one of the things that we are directly dialed into, and our national FOP president, Pat Yos, has made clear, is that our FOP will go to where the need is. And it's in those moments that we make these connections that often become lifelong and are never to be forgotten. So it's a great, great privilege. We appreciate all the support from the community and, guys, support from you as well throughout all these different things. We just came back from North Carolina recently, and it's a lot of work, but it's a great blessing at the same time.
Are you still out there, Rick, or are you back home now?
I've actually just made it back safe and sound, and we're continuing to communicate with our partners out there until the job is done, and we'll just stay at it and be ready wherever the need arises next, guys.
Rick, awesome stuff. God bless you for doing what you do, and we'll talk again soon, my friend.
Thank you, guys. God bless.
Thank you.
I mean, imagine being a first responder and then having to dive into the Potomac and retrieve deceased people that perished in that crash.
Remains. Might not even be a full body.
Yeah, and then being a first responder, and then getting out of that, and then having to process that in your mind. Thank God for what Rick is doing.
Yeah,
wow.
That's important stuff.
As well as the victims' families, of course.
Right.
But the first responders, too, man. It's just, oh, boy.
And whenever you're at your darkest moment, even if it's a stranger, somebody just willing to give you some encouraging words or some sort of help in any way, it goes a long way. You know, it really does. So did you see this big protest in L.A. yesterday? There were thousands of protesters blocking major, like, freeways and interstates in L.A.
Oh, they were protesting the deportations of illegal immigrants?
Yes.
Of criminal illegal
big
immigrants.
Bed sheets. Nobody is illegal.
Except for the criminals that commit horrific crimes. Are you lumping them in that category? Just want to know, because I did see that, to your question, Hammer, and I didn't see many American flags.
No, not at all. And if the argument is nobody is illegal, well, that's idiotic and you're wrong. But here's two things. Like, number one, does this help your cause? If being a pain in the ass to society, blocking and disrupting traffic, does that help your cause? And number two, nobody was arrested for this either.
Wow.
Make some damn arrests.
I've driven on the, what do you say, it was the 101? Yeah, I've been on there. You don't want to piss off people. I don't care if it's Sunday, Saturday traffic, Friday traffic. It's always jam-packed. You're not enduring anybody to your cause if you're blocking traffic anywhere, much less that road.
Make some arrests, because now they know they can get away with it every time. They can get out and block any street they want. They can block the busiest highway in L.A. and nobody's going to jail. So what message does that send? Anytime somebody wants to protest something, to the streets and to the highways of L.A. we go, because nobody's going to get taken into custody. Screw that. Put some people in cuffs. Bring multiple paddy wagons in here. At least make them sit in a cell for a little while. You have to have some sort of deterrent to these lunatics, right? Man, it's like when you have a kid and he keeps being, a problem. But eventually you have to have some sort of discipline, right, to break that chain of behavior.
I'm going to whisper here. Allison, can you turn it down, please? It's Los Angeles. I'm Joe Biden giving you the answer. I wrote the bill. It's Los Angeles.
Never been more creeped out in my entire life. Matt Bear.
California, for God's sake. Sorry, Matt.
All right, fellas. West Side crash, Rockville Road to the west of Girls School Road, and a car drove into a building. I'm being told inbound 65, stop and go 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Crash on the west side. This is Crawfordsville Road west of 16th Street at Auburn. Also on the west side, crash 10th at High School Road. Traffic sponsored by the Tile Shop. Pros get more at the Tile Shop. More selection like new wood and vinyl flooring. Options for every budget, and more perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at the Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now it is beautiful out, sunny and 66 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and we need 55. We need 55 people to hit the thumbs up on the WIBC YouTube channel. Jump to WIBC's YouTube. We got a live in-camera feed of this little pony show that we do every afternoon. You can see how handsome and suave Nigel is. You can see how tan and athletic I am. And just give us a thumbs up.
You're not allowed to compliment Allison, though.
Right.
Due to HR.
Correct. Allison is over there, and she can talk about herself. Give us those likes, man. Help us get us to 100. That's all we're asking. Is this anything next?
When you're running a small small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop, or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. It could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile, an incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. If your garage floor looks bad with stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your entire garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job or chipping paint makes your garage or basement look worse. With one quick call to 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, I can save you $1,000 on a new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor during our winter sale. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating is the gold standard. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross garage floor won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. What's the Comer & Cross difference? We make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. In one day, you will love your gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor just in time for spring. Call us right now for $1,000 in savings during our winter sale. Operators are standing by now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9379. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9379. That's 800-575-9379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
The Ford 70th Annual Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show, February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Celebrating 70 years of the great outdoors. Over 750,000 square feet of the latest boats, RVs, power sports, motorcycles, Tackletown USA, travel destinations, and much more. Don't miss the 27th Annual Indiana Deer, Turkey, and Waterfowl Expo during the final 3 days of the sports show. One ticket gets you into both shows. Visit IndySportsShow.com. Another Renfro production.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard Air Dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Valentine's Gift Headquarters.
Hammer and Nigel present.
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Hit me. Big Nige. Yeah. Is this anything? I think I already know the answer, but I'll lay it out here. A priest in Detroit is being accused of using a teenage girl's hair to floss his teeth and then growling at her. Yeah. Let me repeat that because I believe that bears repeating. A priest in Detroit using a teenage girl's hair to floss and then growling at her. Here is the Sergeant, Dwayne English, talking about what people are saying about Father Carlos Martins.
It's alleged that he then picked up her hair, placed it in his mouth, and made a flossing motion. And that was the allegation that was made by not only the young lady herself, but the individuals that were around her at that time. I can't imagine how scary this might have been for this young lady and the other people around her.
Oh, that's like an exorcism type moment, weird, but like reversed with the this father. I haven't had a puke moment on this show in a while, but that kind of grosses me out. And there's no bending yourself. I kind of read some more into this. I was like, he thought he was, I don't know, like punishing her. Like, this wasn't.
Oh, yeah, it's a punishment. Having some weirdo use your hair as floss.
I'm not bending myself into a pretzel at all for this one, man. This is gross. And it drives me. My mind automatically goes different places on this segment. It went to Seinfeld, where Seinfeld has this bit where he talks about, you go to the barber, you got hair flowing all over the place. It's flying all down your face, down everywhere. You don't even look at it. But when you go to a restaurant and you get a hair in your salad, and my kid is just like this, Connor. We went to a place, I'm not going to say where, there's a hair, he was eating in it, and he never wants to go back.
Well, I get it. Sometimes that's a deal breaker.
And so, and now we're talking about this, you should never do that to anybody, let alone a 13-year-old girl. Good Lord, this is sick. It's making me, I'm having heaves. Can we move on? So
imagine, like, there's just this little girl's hair. She's standing there, and this guy just grabs it, and he puts the hair in his mouth. And his gross, smelly mouth with his gingivitis and his bad breath. And now that's on the hair. And the little girl's got to get her hair back out. And now she smells like the creepy weirdo's gingivitis and bad breath. And
there's no...
Then he starts growling at her, and all of a sudden...
It's not going to happen. Stop. You can move on.
It's too easy sometimes.
Yeah,
we got him. He's going in the hallway. Nigel is now throwing up in the hallway.
I am not throwing up. Hold on. I have the door open.
Even though the hair is going through his gum line and he can feel it in his gum, and maybe there's some sort of disgusting. Maybe he had a Pop-Tart in his mouth. Maybe he had some sort of steak in there, and now that's in the girl's hair. Now her hair smells like all of that, Nige. It's a combination of rotten meat, gingivitis, bad breath, and holy water, all in this little girl's hair.
I'm going to leave.
Yeah, thank you. You can do the show by yourself.
Can we jump to the last story here, Allison? Because I want to make sure we get this in. An influencer in Miami is going viral after complaining about guys who go too hard at yoga and Pilates classes.
What?
So this influencer is upset that dudes are like grunting when they push themselves too hard in the gym.
Just took a hot yoga class, and there were many guys in the class. Particular man, push-ups before class started, heavy breathing, grunting, slurping his water. It is a quiet, zen, peaceful yoga class. It is 7 a.m. Why must you take up more space than you already naturally do? Why can you be seen and not heard? Demure, cutesy, Like, we get it, you're a man. Like, you don't need to act like that, though. It's annoying, and we all secretly hate you.
And that's not very inclusive for the yoga class, right? If you're just because you're a man and you grunt during hot yoga, that you deserve to be excoriated like that? No.
Isn't dudes doing yoga called broga? Isn't that the term for it?
I've never heard that. That's
really
hilarious.
No, that's a thing.
I've done Pilates, but I've never heard of. I've never heard of broga. I have done Pilates. It's really cool. I kind of liked it. I've done a couple sessions with the wifey. But never done or heard of broga. Hilarious.
Which brings us to great moments in grunting history. The doctor and young Forrest Gump.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Great moments in grunting history. Somehow on this flight, some guy got access to the PA system. Take a listen.
This is a commercial flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we realize there is an extremely irritating sound coming over the public announcements. The flight deck is trying to troubleshoot, trying to turn it off. So please be patient with us. We know this is a very odd anomaly and none of us are enjoying it. So we do appreciate your attention just for a few more moments so we figure out how to turn it off. Thank you.
So before we go to break, we're going to go around in a triangle here. Everyone has to do that grunt. I'll start.
Oh, good Lord. That's going to make me puke.
That sounds like you puking. Allison.
I'm not falling for this.
Come on, Allison. Come on, Allison. Yeah! Woo! It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Dreams come true.
Jewelrygram. It's your friends at Shane Company, here to remind you that Valentine's Day is Friday, February 14th. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart, like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural rubies, colorful sapphires, and natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. At Shane Company, love is always in the air with our unmatched free lifetime warranty and everyday competitive prices. Come visit us in-store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Howard Bailey Financial is now in Carmel on Rangeline Road. For over 20 years, we've helped people navigate their retirement journeys, and now we're bringing our experience closer to home. Visit retirecarmel.com to schedule your appointment or text Carmel to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Together, let's build the retirement you deserve. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Delight their senses with a Valentine's gift from Gillespie Florists. Choose gift ideas by clicking on GillespieFlorist.com. Gifts like boxed chocolates, plush animals, scented candles, balloons, and the best flower arrangements in Central Indiana. Roses, tulips, daisies, carnations, and more. Gillespie Florist will help you express your passion. Walk in and smell Gillespie's roses at 10th and Raceway Road. Call 273-1100 or click on GillespieFlorist.com. Gillespie Florist, for all the flowers in your life.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Stay out of the way, he says. 68 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Our news gathering partners over at Wish TV have today as the warmest February 3rd in Indianapolis ever. Low of 31 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox for Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 432. Police departments in Indiana that block federal immigration raids could lose funding. Right, here's Ryan Hedrick with more.
U.S. Senator Jim Banks is calling out Indy Metro Police for saying that they can't enforce federal immigration laws. Banks says illegal immigration is a top issue because President Trump is following the will of the American people.
If local city police chiefs, like the police chief in Indianapolis, suggest that he's going to block those efforts by ICE, then I'm exploring ways to take away federal grants that go to those law enforcement agencies.
Banks speaking with Wish TV's All Indiana Politics. Some Hoosier police agencies say they will cooperate with ICE. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
President Donald Trump is planning several changes to the U.S. Agency for International Development.
I love the concept, but they turn out to be radical left lunatics. And the concept of it is good, but
It's all about the people.
The concept he's mentioning of USAID provides assistance to countries recovering from disasters, combating poverty, and pursuing democratic reforms. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has stepped in as the acting director of the agency. And the Department of Justice is creating a new task force aimed at combating anti-Semitism. Fox's Gernal Scott reports.
The task force, according to a DOJ statement, will span across several agencies and lists as its top priority getting rid of anti-Semitic harassment in schools and on university campuses. Leo Terrell is senior counsel to the Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights. He said this is part of President Trump's pledge to end anti-Semitism in schools. The order the president signed in January calls for executive departments to report on what each agency is doing to fight anti-Semitism, and also have agencies identify what the order says are alien students and staff that could be subject to removal. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
You might see some rain tomorrow and a little bit extra.
And with that, looks like we could have a chance for maybe some freezing rain to mix in. There's still low confidence in that, but we're watching that for Wednesday morning.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service says make sure you watch out for any slick roads and bundle up as it starts to get colder again. And the market in the red today, the Dow dipping by 122 to 44,421. The NASDAQ dropped by 235 to close at 19,391. And the S&P 500 down by 45 to 5,994. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 4:34.
These cold winter nights mean more than just frosty windows. They can also spell trouble for your roof. Freezing temperatures, ice, and snow can lead to leaks that cause costly water damage if left unchecked. Moss Roofing is here to help. Tony Katz here, and Moss Roofing are the only ones to trust. A family business based right here in central Indiana. Whether it's a free inspection, patching a pesky leak, or a full roof replacement, their expert team has your winter roofing needs covered. Plus, they offer numerous financing options to make it easy on your wallet. Don't wait for that drip to turn into a disaster. Call Moss Roofing today for a roof done right every single time. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or find them online at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com.
The traffic at 4:35. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Harrison, we do have a crash coming southbound 65. It's on the right shoulder at West Street, actually in the Gore point between the West Street exit and the main part of southbound 65. This has traffic backed up to 21st, and then you'll be slowed down to Meridian Penn. Also, inbound 69 slows 96th Street down to 82nd. Crash on the west side, westbound Crawfordsville Road at Auburn Street. That's to the west of that 16th Street roundabout. Crash on the south side, Epler Avenue at Madison Avenue, and looking at eastbound 70 into downtown slows from west to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Park Event Center. Visit suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After enjoying a near 70-degree day today, we're going to fall all the way down to the mid-30s tonight under mostly cloudy skies. Tuesday is much cooler with a light wind out of the north and some sunshine with highs only in the low to mid-40s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen, DNF 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Better movie about bowling, The Big Lebowski or Kingpin? And I know what you're going to say already.
I'm Team Kingpin all the way.
I knew you were going to say Kingpin. Stop that! You just did the... I can't even describe what you just did. If you've seen the movie, you know. Kingpin with Woody Harrelson, Randy Quaid.
Something his landlady did.
And then I would say Big Lebowski, which Bridges, the dude, of course. And the reason why we're talking about this, we need to do I don't know, impromptu poll, something on the YouTube feed, right?
Okay, we can do that.
The bowling event that you and I are doing. The event. It's a party. Screw the word event. It's a party. Red, white, and bowl. Presented by Jack Daniels.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, I shouldn't whisper it though like that, should I?
Jack freaking Daniels.
G. Dan Daniels.
That's right. Man, we had a big weekend of sales over the weekend. So now that we're getting close, we are 25 days away from the big extravaganza here. Only 9 full lanes are left. So 9 full lanes, 6 people equals a lane. And we've also got individual tickets left too.
Yeah, we'll put you on a team. We'll put you in a lane,
yeah.
wherever.
So if you and a buddy want to buy tickets, perfect. We'll get you in a lane. We'll get you on a team, and we'll have a good time. Check out the value of this night, right? Okay. So it's, I believe, $80 a ticket, but you're getting 3 hours of bowling, a pizza buffet, a free beer, prize drawings and contests, and an auction. And if you're into this kind of stuff, I think it's a tax write-off because it's going to a charitable cause.
Yes. And it's such a good time. It's like, what did you compare it to today on the Kendall and Casey show? Something about the Waste Management Open this week? Oh,
it's the bowling version of the Waste Management Open in golf. Yes.
Boy, I'm coming up on my year anniversary of, like, all of a sudden having tickets laid into my lap for that Waste Management Open and going to Phoenix for that. And yes, you are correct. It is the bowling equivalent.
At one point, there was a drunken pyramid happening on one of the lanes.
Yeah, you and I were on the bottom. And the rest of those people were my neighbors.
Yes. I believe their exact words were, fatties are the base. Fatties are the base. I will say this. If you go back and look at some of those pictures just from a year ago, look how fat we were. Now, we're still kind of fat, but we've lost a little weight since then. So I'm ready for a new round of pictures.
I am too.
But buy your tickets, man, right now. It helps Hoosier veterans. Bowling for Veterans Link is the charity. They keep the money here in Indiana. And go to WIBC.com, buy your tickets there, or we've got it pinned all over our social media. Better hurry, though. Like over the weekend, I think 3 full lanes were purchased. So if your office wants to buy one,
they're going to disappear before the end of the month. Let's just put it that way.
Right. And again, we're doing our full show, 3 to 6, and then after that, it's on like Donkey Kong. Beer Sample Friday meets a Jack Daniels sponsored event. Bada bing, bada boom. Get your tickets right now. Now, also, on the Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila, I texted our buddy Glaze earlier today. 10 bottles are left in Castleton. 10 bottles.
Oh, man, they've been selling the crap out of those at the Yale.
5 bottles left at the Ale Emporium in Fishers, and 10 at the Greenwood Ale Emporium. That's all that's left.
Ooh, we should have a contest between Castleton and Greenwood.
Oh,
North side or south side?
Oh, that's right. Southsiders, let's go. We need you to buy those 10 bottles before those no-good, rotten Richie Riches up in Castleton. Okay? I don't care if you have to go in there with your welfare money.
Wow.
I don't care what it is.
No.
Let's go, Greenwood. Come on, Wood. Johnson County. Lance Hamder, get control of your people down here. Let's go.
Now, what if the last 5 bottles sell out quicker in Fisher's Ale Emporium? What?
Oh.
Because that's the north side, too. Kind of. Yeah. They're both. What do you want to do here?
Let's think about it.
Let's just do Castleton Greenwood.
Castleton v. Greenwood, because I got the same amount of bottles left. Okay? We'll have an update tomorrow. Greenwood, don't make a fool of me. Come on. We need you to buy those last 10 bottles up before those rich, snotty, no good, khaki-wearing people up in Castleton.
Oh, goodness gracious. Khaki-wearing.
Speaking of booze, did you see that Canada is threatening to strip U.S. alcohol from all of their stores as a result of this little tariff tit for tat?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. So Ontario and British Columbia, I don't think it's a threat. They already did it. It's kind of a backlash against Trump's, like you said, the threat of the tariffs. And so they're going to be drinking Canadian Club and Canadian Mist.
Oh.
Out there in Canada.
No Kentucky bourbon, no Woodford Reserve.
Nothing. Just you might want to email Pretty Boy Trudeau and just tell him to throw in the white towel now. Throw the dead towel! because you're going to be drinking. Actually, I'll be honest. When in my 20s, I had I had an affair with Canadian Club, little CC, as we called it.
CC and Coke.
Kept it. We did Mountain Dew.
Oh, so you
Yes.
criticize me for having nectar of the gods when I mix it with tequila, but you go international with it. You go Canadian
wait a minute.
Club.
We're going international hiatus in Mexico, across the border. But Canadian Club, a lesser quality of brand of spirit, I would say.
Also, from our friends up north, this is kind of a trend they're doing now. Whether it's an NHL hockey game or a Toronto Raptors home basketball game, whenever they perform the American national anthem, the Boo Birds come out.
Hiram Daniel.
This is in Canada?
Yes, that was a Toronto Raptors home basketball game. And
this is the tariffs again with
Right.
Donald Trump, ugly Americans, dictator Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. Would you rather them do that or they kneel?
I'm fine with the booing. Like, if you're going to be all in on freedom of speech and expression, I mean, good with the bad, right?
That's in Canada, though.
It's Canada. They can do what they want. And honestly, to be fair, I feel like this is payback for when we had the South Park movie and came out with this, Jim.
It seems that everything's gone wrong since Canada came along.
Payback.
Yes. They're not even a real country anyway.
Even trade. I think we got the better deal, actually.
That was up for an Academy Award. Like, that was
Yeah.
best original song in a movie. The poll is up on Twitter, by the way, at Hammer and Nigel.
Okay.
Better bowling movie. Kingpin, Big Lebowski, Battle Royal happening right here. Follow us on Twitter. Make your vote right now at Hammer and Nigel.
Don't leave a 401k from an old employer just sitting there. It's costing you money. Those investment charges could be eating away at your balance, kind of like how traffic jams eat away at your patience. Matt Bear here. Hey, traffic. Call Trajan Wealth for a complete review of your financial portfolio. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. The first consultation is on them. Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline. They find long-term investing solutions and incorporate the shifting economic climate into tactical investments. They're always checking and monitoring the markets for you in hopes of optimizing your investment portfolio. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth, 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple, like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Talking on the phone is difficult if you've been exposed to loud noises over time. Combat veterans, factory workers, farmers, gun and motorcycle enthusiasts can have trouble hearing on the telephone. Relay Indiana helps return clarity to your phone conversations. A free service providing telecom accessibility, Relay Indiana allows hard of hearing users to have normal phone conversations through specially trained relay operators. Relay Indiana also provides free loaned equipment to those who qualify. Get the CapTel caption telephone from Relay Indiana. Visit RelayIndiana.com now.
Are you still thinking about what to get her this Valentine's Day? Make that special gift last forever and surprise her with a gift from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Check out what's going on with 93 WIBC.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel Monday through Friday this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco Sunday, February 16th at Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
More info online at WIBC.com.
Matt Bear, you talk now.
All right, Hammer looking at the West Side Speedway. Crash Crawfordsville Road westbound at Auburn Street. Also a crash on the south side, Epler Avenue at Madison Avenue. Southbound 65 stop and go 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. A crash slowing down Rockville Road in both directions. It's west of Girls School Road. A car into a building. Eastbound 70 slows from the north split out to Rural Street. And inbound 65 a little bit slow, not awful. 21st to Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Parks Event Center. Visit suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Man, it's nice. 67, sunshine here at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Nige, did you or the missus watch a single second of the Grammy Awards last night? Take that as a no?
It's a no.
So
no. I've been to the Grammys before. It was a once great enterprise, and now it's just kind of blah.
Is that where you tried to get Diddy to take a picture with you?
No, that was in Vegas at a different award show. Same idea though.
Hey Diddy.
Yeah. Hey Diddy. Can I get a pic? No.
Might have been the best thing that ever happened to you. Him saying no.
Thank God. But no, I've been to the Grammys out at the Staples Center. Is it still the Staples Center in Los Angeles? I don't know.
I think it is, or is it something else now?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's something else. But and that's when they would still announce the rock categories, and Velvet Revolver with Slash and Duff, and the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots they won Grammys. Not anymore.
So for those who missed it last night, and judging by their ratings, you did. It got started when they had the big red carpet show, and Kanye West and his girlfriend showed up. Uninvited. They were not on any list. They crashed the red carpet, and then Kanye West's girlfriend stripped buck naked.
Well, I'm going to have to type that into YouTube right now.
I mean, she is a well-assembled young lady, but it's not something you normally see on a red carpet.
If you're trying to talk me out of looking that up, sorry.
Like 1 minute you're looking at Celine Dion, the next minute here comes Kanye West and his naked girlfriend.
Oh, that's... Yeah, well, man, I can only get the blurred version. This is BS.
All I know is this.
Oh!
I don't want other people getting the same idea. We live in a copycat culture. I do not, under any circumstances, want to see when the White House Correspondents' Dinner rolls around, Joy Reid shows up.
Stop.
Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom. There's all of Joy. Any Joy. Joy Behar, Joy Reid. All joys need to be fully clothed all the time. Alicia Keys won some award last night, and she used her time to talk about how awesome DEI is.
We've seen on this stage talented, hardworking people from different backgrounds with different points of view, and it changes the game. DEI is not a threat, it's a gift.
Oh, she forgot the R. Grift, I think is what she meant.
Right.
DEI is gender and race over merit. Sorry.
And the big awards of the night went to Beyonce. Best Album and, wait for it, Best Country Album. If you put your ear really closely up to the radio, you can actually hear Waylon Jennings turning over in his grave. Like he's doing a full 360 in his casket right now.
You don't think she's a real country star?
No. All they did was put like a backing track behind her, and she talked with a little twang. I mean, to be fair, you know, our pal Not Kenny Rogers would say Luke Bryan does the same thing. But no. So, if we're going to fight fire with fire, let's do it.
All right.
If Beyonce can win Best Country Album, ladies and gentlemen, here to perform Straight Outta Compton is the ghost of Hank Williams.
Straight out of Compton, crazy mother named Ice Cube. From the gang called Fellers with Attitudes.
Fellers.
When I'm called off, I got a sold off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are whole.
Come on.
You too, boy, if you with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the pump mother. When I'm in your neighborhood.
This is awesome.
You better duck. Cause Ice Cube is
Crazy as.
Slide whistle.
Believe I'm something. I'm coming straight out of Compton.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Caller number 9 right now, 239-9393. We're going to send you to go see somebody really funny. A pair of tickets to go see Sebastian Maniscalco.
Maniscalco.
I always butcher it.
That's all right.
I always butcher it.
It's a complicated name. But
Sunday.
he was in The Irishman. Had a Crazy Joe Gallo.
Oh,
really
hilarious!
Yeah.
Watch some of his stuff online, man. February 16th at the Field House. Caller number 9. We got 2 tickets for you. All you got to do is call. Be caller number 9. No game, nothing else. 239-9393. Top stories next.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life because you'll be stronger and have more energy and you're going to feel better and you'll lose weight and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9379. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9379. That's 800-575-9379. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Let's talk about getting back to your best. Lack energy, muscle mass, feel moody, or have low libido? It could be signs of low testosterone.
Know your T levels. Get tested. Testosterone therapy, or TRT, may be the answer. The true experts are at Low T Center, and everyone's different. Don't settle for a standard dosage TRT program.
Get personalized treatment at Low T Center. For current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. LowTCenter.com. Book that appointment today. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. No interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months. Schedule your free in-home estimate today.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Coming up in 2 minutes, Indiana Senator Jim Banks says stay out of the way when it comes to federal immigration policies. A German Shepherd was on thin ice Sunday, and this is not the kind of weather you expected the first week of February. That's coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
Tariffs and taxpayers. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Democrats accusing the Trump administration of ripping off taxpayers by slapping new tariffs on allies.
Republicans in Washington are not interested in lowering the high cost of living in the United States of America.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says tariffs will raise costs on Americans. Vice President J.D. Vance telling reporters,
for literally 3 days, I heard the far left in this country say that these tariffs would make Americans' lives worse off. And what actually happened is the Mexican government was so afraid of the tariffs that they actually are taking their border enforcement and their anti-cartel activity more seriously.
Mexico's president agreeing to send 10,000 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border after a call earlier today with President Trump, who then paused planned tariffs on Mexican products and agreed to help crack down on weapons trafficking into Mexico. But tariffs on China and Canada were still scheduled to take effect at midnight.
Canada is very tough. Canada is very, we're not treated well by Canada. And we have to be treated well.
That comment was before President Trump's second call of the day with Canada's prime minister, which the president says was very good. The prime minister then saying proposed tariffs will be paused for 30 days. President Trump just confirming that as Canada implements a border plan that includes new choppers, tech, and personnel, and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. President Trump defending Elon Musk's efforts to root out government waste as Democrats push back on Musk's access to federal agencies, including Treasury payments.
Donald Trump basically handed DOJ the Social Security data of virtually every American citizen.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer, the president telling reporters Musk is only allowed to do things with approval and not where there's any conflict of interest. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Threatening to cut federal funding, or not federal funding, but that for IMPD. 68 degrees, sunny in downtown Indianapolis. Clear radar 2, 31's your low tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox for Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 502. Deportations of criminal illegal immigrants are happening across the country. That includes Indiana. Your Senator Jim Banks says Democrats shouldn't stand in the way of federal enforcement.
This is important. This is what President Trump was overwhelmingly elected to do on Election Day.
and he's off to a great start. It's a shame that we have some local Democrat officials who are trying to block him.
Banks told the Wish TV's All Indiana Politics that if IMPD blocks immigration raids, he'll push to cut their federal funding. Ice in Indiana can be unpredictable. John Herrick reports on the curveball that threw at firefighters and a German Shepherd.
That German Shepherd was playing with another dog on a pond on the east side of Indianapolis Sunday afternoon, and then the German Shepherd fell through the ice and into the water.
He was probably in the water about 30 minutes before we were able to get in the water and rescue him, between the time of notification and all that stuff.
Indianapolis Fire Department Battalion Chief Rita Wright says firefighters were able to rescue the German Shepherd. The other dog did not fall in. And that is the sound of the firefighters coordinating the rescue. John Herrick, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
An attack against him is an attack against you. This is the claim from Attorney General Todd Rokita, responding to misconduct charges filed by the Indiana Supreme Court Disciplinary Commission over a press release he issued a year ago.
These never-ending investigations have created unnecessary distractions and expenses, and despite my offer to take responsibility well over a year ago, this matter continues to be revisited by politically passionate people who have weaponized the process.
Indiana Supreme Court justices will decide if there was misconduct and what discipline, if any, is needed. Temperatures at least around 60 in most places in Indiana today. That's likely going to change later this week.
We're not concerned about any snow now over the next 7 days. Looks like if any wind shear precip mixes in on Wednesday morning, looks like it'll probably be freezing rain, maybe some sleet.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says it'll also start to cool down once the system moves in beginning Tuesday. Our friends over at Wish TV has to have today as the warmest February 3rd ever in Indianapolis. Traffic and weather in 60 seconds. It's 5:04.
These cold winter nights mean more than just frosty windows. They can also spell trouble for your roof. Freezing temperatures, ice, and snow can lead to leaks that cause costly water damage if left unchecked. Moss Roofing is here to help. Tony Katz here, and Moss Roofing are the only ones to trust. A family business based right here in central Indiana. Whether it's a free inspection, patching a pesky leak, or a full roof replacement, their expert team has your winter roofing needs covered. Plus, they offer numerous financing options to make it easy on your wallet. Don't wait for that drip to turn into a disaster. Call Moss Roofing today for a roof done right every single time. Talk to Moss Roofing today. 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or find them online at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com.
With traffic on the 5s at 5:05. Here's Matt Baer.
Yeah, Harrison, looking at Hamilton County, where northbound 69 is slow after Campus Parkway up to State Road 13 because of road construction. The left lane is blocked. West side still cleaning up a crash where a car drove into a building. Rockville Road west of Girls School Road. Both sides of Rockville Road slow at the moment. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 slow roll from 21st to Meridian Penn. A 4-minute delay there. Eastbound 70 slow from the North Split out to Rural Street. Traffic sponsored by True Green. True Green, get a golf course quality lawn for less than you think. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com for 75% off your first service and let the pros handle the work while you enjoy the results. TrueGreen.com. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After enjoying a near 70-degree day today, we're going to fall all the way down to the mid-30s tonight under mostly cloudy skies. Tuesday is much cooler with a light wind out of the north and some sunshine with highs only in the low to mid-40s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen DNF 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special surprise guest on the hotline.
It's not Thursday.
What?
Do not check your calendars.
That's a shame.
But Rob Kendall is joining us on the hotline right now. We put the bat signal up here from Monument Circle, and it just had a couple dollar signs on it. So we're going to talk property taxes. It's a big day tomorrow at the Indiana State House. Rob, what's going on?
So you got the property tax reform bill. That is tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., room 431 at the Indiana State House.
Now, I heard your program earlier today. You were talking about this. You've got a little bit of an issue with the way that they have scheduled this, correct?
I think the issue is they're scheduling it at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday. They gave basically 4 days notice. 2 of those are weekend days. So that means you're telling working people you've got 4 days notice. Most people aren't paying attention on the weekend. Many people just found out about it today. What sort of normal working person can just leave their job with 1 day's notice? And they're tipping the scales in favor of the government people, because the local government people, the town managers, the mayors, the council people, the trustees, they can all literally just go down to the State House and go, well, that's my job. I don't have to take off work. I'm doing it on taxpayer time for you, the taxpayer. It's totally lopsided against the property. The property owners are getting screwed.
So is this like a big deal? Like, because I know they're opening it up for people to speak tomorrow, and I expect the TV cameras to be there. Is it a big deal if it's one-sided, where the people that think this property tax plan stinks, they don't have a job, they got nothing to lose, they're going to be down there. The people that are affected by this, the homeowners that are working a job and can't afford to take a day off to go down there might not be many people there. Is that a big deal?
Well, that's part of the problem, right? Because in the room tomorrow, now we've had everybody today because our audience are not bloodsuckers or parasites. They go and work real jobs and produce for humanity. We said, look, if you can't go tomorrow, 9 a.m. at the State House, room 431, you got to send an email. And we had everybody email Travis Holdman. I'd like to get that email out again here in a little bit for people if you can't make it tomorrow. But, yeah, I mean, in that room tomorrow, it's probably overwhelmingly going to be the government people, and then that's what the news is going to report. They're not going to show the hundreds of emails that I know have gone in over the past 24, 48 hours in support of this property tax reform. They're going to show, some angry trustee pounding his fist and go, the public comment was overwhelmingly expressing concerns for Mike Braun's property tax plan.
So, Rob, what are the chances of this, moving on? I mean, do you have a percentage?
I think we'll make it out of committee tomorrow. It's highly unlikely they would kill the governor's signature issue in committee. I'm somewhat optimistic it'll make it out of the Senate as a collective, mostly intact. But here's the problem. You got to run up the score. You can't just get 25 votes and have Micah Beckwith cast a tie-breaking vote, because the House is going to look at that and see no mandate, and they're going to take it and crumble it up, and it'll die once it goes over to the House. You got to try to get 35 senators or more to vote for this to kind of send some sort of exclamation point over to the House of Representatives about the mandate that we, the people, the taxpayers, are giving these lawmakers. So it's really a numbers game, and you want all the Republicans on the committee tomorrow to vote for it, so you have unanimous Republican support out of the committee.
Who is going to be the one that either holds this up or screws this up, Rob?
Well, again, I think it's going to be the House of Representatives. If you kind of listen to Bray and Holdman, who wrote the bill, I think begrudgingly they're going to get this out of the Senate. This is what people got to realize. These lawmakers do not want to do this. They're doing this by force because there was overwhelming pressure put on Braun during the campaign from you, the people. They do not want to tangle with these local government people because that's where the most likely primary challenge comes from. And some mad trustee or mayor says, well, you took all this money from me. I'm going to run against you. They don't want to mess with these people. So you've got to make them fear the people more than they fear the local government officials. And so I think it'll make it out of the Senate ultimately pretty intact. I'm not totally sold on that, but I think the House of Representatives is going to be a really, really heavy lift because they haven't said anything about this yet. And when somebody's not saying something, that means they're probably against it.
Rob, I want to read you a comment that was just left on our YouTube chat live. AK6143 writes, Rob's talking property taxes, panties dropping everywhere.
Well, if that person doesn't want their property tax rebate that they might get, they can send it my way. I'll gladly take it. Look, this has been a multi-year thing, right? And you've got a good bill. You got a bill that actually helps a lot of people. You got a bill that is going to protect the local government entities if they're remotely responsible with their money, and it needs to pass. It needs to pass in its current form. It'll save most Hoosiers between $500 and $1,000 a year, and that's a lot of money that a lot of people, especially the elderly, the fixed income people, can really use. But we got to engage, right? We got to get a hold of Travis Holdman, who's the bill's author. Is it all right if I get that email address out right now?
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So Travis Holdman's the head of the committee. The tax committee is going to hear it tomorrow. He's also the bill's author. It's senator.holdman@iga.in.gov. So that's senator.holdman@iga.in.gov. And email him. If you can't go tomorrow, email him and say, please pass this bill. They're doing a number tally. He'll have all that. He'll share it with the people on the committee. So every email really helps.
Rob Kendall and Casey show here on the Hammer and Nigel show. Real quick, you had a great take today, and it was breaking news on the Kendall and Casey show that Mexico gave into Trump's tariff talk. Now, we have more breaking news out of Canada, Rob. I'm not sure if you're aware. Because the big to-do over the weekend was Donald Trump was saying, hey, we're going to put tariffs on Canada, Mexico, blah, blah, blah. Mexico caved earlier today, and then all of a sudden, Canada has agreed to ensure that we have a secure northern border and to finally end the scourge of drugs, blah, blah, blah. Canada's going to implement a border plan. They've paused as well in terms of tariffs and everything like that. And you had a great take today.
Well, so let's review. Between Canada and Mexico, have billions of dollars in concessions from those two countries in terms of beefed up border security, plans to address the illegal drug crisis that's coming over, and it costs the United States nothing. Wow, what an ass Trump is. What a horrible, rotten human being Donald Trump is. A couple of days of negotiations. I mean, these people are laughable who for 4 years said nothing as prices were rising 25, 30, 35%, nothing. And then, Trump threatens these tariffs. And keep in mind, nothing had happened yet. Not a single person paid a single penny more for anything. And now all these people are losing their mind. And in the end, the negotiation worked. Even if we get nothing else out of this, it costs the United States nothing. It was a couple points on the stock market. I don't even know where it ended at today. But it's like no person in their 401k should be looking daily at their book, right? Like stock market rises, it falls. It was a rounding error at one point today, and people were acting like it's the end of the world. Trump won again, and these people have such Trump derangement syndrome they can't stand it.
We'll talk a little bit more about the Canada deal coming up about 5:33. But one more time, Rob, tomorrow, property tax is being discussed. They're doing it in a way to where the folks that actually have a job probably can't make it. But what can people listening right now that are in their car, maybe they're coming home from work, maybe they're going to work, what can they do to make sure we're not getting screwed and have to pay more?
Well, I'll be over there about noon after we get off the air because I'm a worker, so I'll sign autographs starting at noon. If you want whatever you want signed, you want an I Hate or I Love Rob Kendall T-shirt signed, I'll be over there to sign. But it is room 431 at the State House, 9 a.m. tomorrow. If you can't go, send an email to Senator Travis Holdman. It's senator.holdman@iga.in.gov. It's a numbers game. Look, these local government people, they hate you. They don't want to give you anything. You've got to overwhelm them in numbers saying, pass Senate Bill 1.
And if you were driving and you can't remember that email address, we're going to have Allison put that up on the podcast page. You can go back, listen to it again, and send that email tonight. All right, Rob, tomorrow, what's on the big show?
Well, obviously, we'll be, you guys do the tailgating for the big events. We'll be doing our version of tailgating. Maybe we'll have some Hammer and Nigel tequila out for the big event. Maybe Hammer will make me one of those take off your pants Long Islands that last time. And we'll have ourselves a great time.
There he is, Rob Kendall from the #1 rated Kendall and Casey show, 9 to noon here at 93 WIBC. Rob, awesome stuff. We appreciate it.
Yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Thank you. Okay, Matt Bear, what's going on?
North side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic. Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 69, slow from 96th Street down to 82nd. A slowdown heading through Hamilton County. Northbound 69 before State Road 13, that is construction. And it's in the left lane. Eastbound 70 out of the north split slows out to Sherman Drive, and inbound 65 stop and go traffic 21st to Meridian Bend. Just a 3-minute delay there. Traffic sponsored by the Tile Shop. Pros get more at the Tile Shop. More selection like new wood and vinyl flooring options for every budget. More perks and more service like free curbside pickup. Start getting more at the Tile Shop. Visit your local showroom today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up here in about 15 minutes, Jerry Terry Lopez, Indy Spanglish, will join us in studio.
Cool.
He's got the latest on what exactly Canada has agreed to, and we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Up next, we're going to play a fun round of Are You Okay With This? Something I am okay with is this temperature. 67 and sunny at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Come on back. We're having a good time. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration.
Headaches really shouldn't be ignored. And it's interesting because people who have chronic headaches, about 75% of them have actually given up. That is a shame because there's usually always an answer. Matter of fact, I have never had a case, in our office of headaches that we couldn't find what was the underlying cause. Mm-hmm. Even the quality of the headaches. Headaches are different. One of the most common ones that causes it is the greater occipital nerve. They also call it the headache nerve, goes from the back of the occiput up to the eyes. There are migraines, which is a totally different type. Cluster headaches, hormonal headaches, gallbladder can actually cause headaches. Looking at all those different types of things, whether it's physiological or whether it's structural, all those signs and symptoms kind of help us to get to where we need to be.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather, Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Dents happen. There's a whole lot of stuff that can mess up the look of your vehicle. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal. PDR is paintless dent removal that saves your factory finish and is way less invasive than traditional body shop repairs. And it's faster too, sometimes same day. Google Kill a Dent Removal and check out the reviews and photos. Then schedule your repair. Hail baseballs, kids, fender benders, shopping carts, flying cows, angry X's, and anything else that leaves dents. Don't paint your car. Go PDR with Kill a Dent Removal.
The 30th Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo is back and better than ever. February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Featuring the Midwest's largest selection of motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, gear, accessories, and more. Plus, Bikers Showcase, Tiny Tots Riding Adventure, and the pioneers of Hoosier Motorcycling. Your ticket also includes admission to the Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. Visit IndySportShow.com, another Renfro production.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC is powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
Are you really okay with this? Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah! Hammer, you see this? A chick in New Zealand posted a video after she bought a wrap at a sandwich place, and it came with a knife in it.
Oh, that's not good.
A knife was wrapped in the wrap. Luckily, she bit into the handle, not the blade. Here she is finding the knife, and then her reaction to people saying that she should sue.
I was just eating my chicken wrap and I bit into this little orange bit. I'm like, that's a really hard carrot.
Oh.
Look what they left in my wrap. Thank goodness I ate from this side and not from that side. But that's pretty funny.
A lot of you are saying I should sue. This isn't America, this is New Zealand, and I'm not quite too sure if that's something that I can do. It's funny. It was a shock, a big surprise, and it made my day. And I didn't want to get this sweet old lady fired.
A slam at New Zealand, or a slam at the United States. Well, this is the United States. I can't sue. Are you okay with any of what you heard, including the part about, I'm not going to sue?
No. You bite into a knife, there should be some sort of compensation. Now, I don't know if it's a lawsuit or maybe it's something you can settle on.
Maybe free wraps for a year.
Something. I might even take that deal. I'm sure prisoners are probably wondering how you get a knife into a sandwich because I got a funny feeling a lot of wraps are about to be delivered to Michigan City and Plainfield and Terre Haute, if that's the case. But no, that's ridiculous. And for her to finger wag the United States on this, you know what? That's ridiculous. No. But if anything, it gives us the opportunity to do great moments in knife history.
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crocodile Dundee.
That's got a knife. That's a knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife. Great moments in knife history, Norm MacDonald.
In North Dakota this week, a hunter narrowly escaped death when a pocket knife in his breast pocket deflected a bullet shot by another hunter. Man, you know we have too many weapons in this country when people are getting shot in the knife.
Think about it that way, okay?
Okay, I'll take that.
And once again, Norm MacDonald.
Oh.
Testimony during the final week provided some spellbinding moments. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat.
Great moments in knife history.
According to his new study, your Super Bowl party can be cheaper this year, Hammer.
Oh.
If you serve less beer and more broccoli. Yeah, you heard that right. A party for 10 people is going to cost $139. That's like up 10 cents for 2024. I noticed you were kind of silent there. It just depends on what you buy when we're talking about the cost. To really make your Super Bowl party cost less, you're going to go heavy on broccoli, celery, and cauliflower, and not on beer. Are you okay with this? Oh, boy.
Do I look like I'm okay with this?
I can't look you in the eye right now.
So you're expecting me to either host or go to a Super Bowl party where they say, hey, no beer, no pizza, but we got a crap ton of broccoli sitting over here. No, I'm not okay with this. This is awful. Now, I'm looking at this list here. It's put together by Wells Fargo.
Yes.
These are the things that will cost more this year, okay? Chicken wings, beer, wine, and onion dip. All going to cost a little bit more. Things that will cost less. Celery, broccoli, cauliflower, and salsa. No.
Salsa?
You invite me over to your Super Bowl party and you get out nothing but cauliflower and broccoli. I'm tipping your table over like a bad game of Monopoly and I'm walking the hell out the door. No, I am 100% not okay with that.
Notice everybody's worried about prices and tariffs and everything.
Now?
Yeah.
What was this for 4 years?
Cherry tomatoes up 12%. Baby carrots 3%. Beer. Oh boy. A Fox News political anchor, Brett Baer. He's their chief PA there.
He went to college here in Indiana.
He will sit down with President Trump for an interview at Mar-a-Lago during Fox's Super Bowl pregame show. Are you okay with this?
I love the fact that this is actually something we are going to discuss, because for 4 years we were wondering, is Joe Biden alive? Is he able to do an interview before the Super Bowl? Why isn't he going to the Army-Navy game? Why does he have a pre-approved list of reporters? Like, let's not forget how embarrassing it was for 4 years having Weekend at Bernie's president. Now you've got Donald Trump. And heaven forbid there's another tragedy like the one that took place in Washington, D.C. But the next day, you've got a press conference with the president, the vice president, the secretary of defense, the transportation secretary, all of the people you want to see and hear from. It's weird that that's new and refreshing to this country. So, yes, I am 100% okay with this. And as a matter of fact, I've actually got a copy of a little bit of this interview. Would you like to hear it?
Please.
Hammer and Nigel present Interview Preview.
And you had conversations with Marco Rubio recently, several of them.
I did. I let him know that when I called him Little Marco, I was in no way talking about the size of his crank.
And this has been Interview Preview from Hammer and Nigel.
I pulled some strings. I was able to get a little preview of that interview.
That's a must tune in. That's a must see right there.
It is. It is. Jerry Lopez, Indy Spanglish, is going to join us here in just a moment. Right now, Harrison Silcox has the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Rain plus a little extra. 67 degrees, partly cloudy downtown. Your radar clear. Low of 31 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 529. You might see some rain Tuesday, but that's not all.
And with that, looks like we could have a chance for maybe some freezing rain to mix in. There's still low confidence in that, but we're watching that for Wednesday morning.
Greg Mello with the National Weather Service says make sure you watch out for any slick roads when you're driving tomorrow. Also, bundle up as temperatures start to get back where they typically are this time of year. Democrats showing their anger after the USAID offices closed. Fox's Ryan Schmelz reports.
USAID staffers told not to go to work at the agency's headquarters after Doge head Elon Musk says President Trump plans to shut down the agency. A group of congressional Democrats holding a rally and attempting to enter the headquarters. Virginia's Don Beyer says the Trump administration move is wrong and illegal.
USAID was established by an act of Congress, and it can only be disbanded by an act of Congress.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio says he's now the acting USAID chief and argues the agency for years has not been accountable to U.S. interests. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Vice President J.D. Vance is back in Ohio today, his home state. He's visiting East Palestine, the town that's still dealing with the toxic train derailment from a couple of years ago.
I heard a lot about Norfolk Southern making promises to this community that it didn't keep. And you can be damn sure that over the next 6 months, you're going to hear a lot from the Vice President of the United States and the entire administration. If Norfolk Southern doesn't keep these promises, we are going to talk about it and we are going to fight for it.
People making a living in the town have claimed to lose their businesses because of the accident. Norfolk Southern faces a lawsuit for the deaths of some of the people in the community. Ice in Indiana can be unpredictable. John Herrick reports on the curveball it threw at a firefighter and a German Shepherd.
That German Shepherd was playing with another dog on a pond on the east side of Indianapolis Sunday afternoon, and then the German Shepherd fell through the ice and into the water.
He was probably in the water about 30 minutes before we were able to get in the water and rescue him, between the time of notification and all that stuff.
Indianapolis Fire Department Battalion Chief Rita Wright says firefighters were able to rescue the German Shepherd. The other dog did not fall in. And that is the sound of the firefighters coordinating the rescue. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
But traffic at 531, here's Matt Bear.
Hamilton County, northbound 69, stop-and-go traffic after Campus Parkway to State Road 13. That's because of construction blocking the left lane. Crash, hit and run. Kessler Boulevard east of Primrose near Broad Ripple. Inbound 65, stop-and-go traffic 21st to Meridian Penn. Southbound 69 slows 96th Street down to 82nd. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indy Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Park Event Center. Visit suburbanindyshows.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After enjoying a near 70-degree day today, we're going to fall all the way down to the mid-30s tonight under mostly cloudy skies. Tuesday is much cooler with a light wind out of the north and some sunshine with highs only in the low to mid-40s. I'm Wish TV Star Trek 8 meteorologist Stephen, DNF 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Listen to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He's a flamethrower on social media. He's a part-time host here at 93 WIBC. He's hosting for Tony Kennett tonight. Jerry Lopez, Indie Spanglish with us. And you were the one that texted me earlier. We were in the middle of the show, and you simply texted, Canada bent the knee.
Yeah, Canada bent the knee. Big surprise. We knew it was going to happen, but, no surprise that our friends to the north have a little bit more bark than bite, eh?
This is all due to the tariff talk over the weekend that sent everybody in a tizzy.
Supposed to go into effect tomorrow, right? So that's why you see all these big jumps. Mexico came out today, and you kind of passed me in the hallway. I posted this earlier, but Mexico coincidentally arrested a cartel drug lord today. Right? It was about 4 hours after they said we came to agreement with Donald Trump.
A big name in that world.
Yeah,
in
big
that
name.
Industry.
Yeah,
yes.
His name was El Ricky. Now, that doesn't mean anything to me, but I assume with all the police and extra, people down at the southern border, the prices of a lot of things are going to go up.
El Ricky.
Yeah, El Ricky.
Not quite the same as El Chapo, right?
No.
It did have the same ring to it, El Ricky. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of this that Donald Trump was asking for was just a little help at the border. That's all we're asking for. And for whatever reason, Pretty Boy tried to be tough and Mexico tried to be tough. So Trump was like, all right, fine. And that lasted about one day.
Yeah, well, first you had Colombia, right? Colombia tried to be tough, and that ended up with that president sending his presidential plane to pick up people. In this case, exact same thing, right? So Mexico's these statements both seem like they were written by Donald Trump. Like you said, you're gonna say exactly what Daddy wants you to say.
Like a hostage thing.
Yeah.
You're all going to read the same statement.
These are hostage negotiation statements. So Mexico says they're immediately going to reinforce the northern border with 10,000 members of their National Guard to look specifically for fentanyl. That's great. United States is committed to working to prevent the trafficking of high-powered weapons to Mexico. So a little bit of this and that. Canada says the same thing. Hey, we're going to put 10,000 on the border. So it tells me Trump asked for 10,000 people.
Right.
The difference in these two statements is Canada's also going to list cartels as terrorist organizations, and Mexico didn't take that step.
Now, hold on. You're telling me that Pretty Boy caved to all of those things when just yesterday he was trying to be Billy Badass and telling people don't even vacation in the United States.
And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket and picking Canadian-made products. It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon, or foregoing Florida orange juice altogether. It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and tourist destinations our great country has to offer.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what every, red-blooded Canadian wants to spend their summer with, staying home.
Hey, less than 24 hours later, it's completely changed. Now, they both end their statements with proposed tariffs will be paused for at least 30 days.
Okay.
Both of them, same ending. This
so
is only good for 30
basically,
days.
it's a review process, right?
Yeah.
Let me see how you guys do in 30 days. Let me make sure that you're serious and on the up and up, and then maybe we can move forward. FAFO.
Yeah, it happened quickly. And people say it doesn't work. He didn't even have to put the tariffs on, just the threat of the tariffs.
But boy, the people that were complaining about the tariffs, whenever Trump got off the plane, and Air Force One and started talking about that, like they were going, the price of eggs is going through the roof. I thought Donald Trump campaigned on prices going down. He said this is going to pain. This is, a lot of Americans are going to be in pain is kind of what he said. And boy, that was all kind of a negotiating tactic, wasn't it?
And it's cute that all of a sudden they care about the price of eggs, too.
100%.
So, Jerry Lopez with us. Hang out for this break here, because we'll talk about a number of different things. Yeah. But as you're well aware, we have a record label, Hammer and Nigel Records.
Love it, yeah.
So when I heard that Pretty Boy, Justin Trudeau, was telling people to just vacation in Canada, we thought, okay, what could be the perfect song for that? So I put pen to paper, and when we put this together, we were listening to a little bit of Miley Cyrus, okay?
Let's go, boys. Said there ain't no party like an up north party, 'cause an up north party don't stop. I hopped off the plane at Halifax with a dream in my hockey bag. And my hockey bag. Welcome to the land of lumberjacks, cobra chickens, and a red, white flag. Big maple leaf flag. Jumped on a moose and I'm here for a good time. Look to my right and I see the northern lights. Cobra chickens are deadly. Deadly. But everybody seems so friendly. Friendly. I got my titties, but I'm feeling kind of nervous. Weather's got my car frozen. But I tried once more and it turned over, and the J. Beeb song was on. J. Beeb song was
And the
on.
J. Beeb song was on.
And the J. Beeb song
Here
was
we go.
on. Come on. So I put my boots on the snow on the lawn, and the snow geese fly away. Are you out for a rip? Heck yeah. In the outdoor rink? Heck yeah. Got my favorite fleece and skates on my feet. Can't wait for another snow day. Can't wait, Dave. Hey, hey, hey. It's a party in Canada, eh? Said, hey.
Oh, incredible.
It's a party in Canada, eh?
Party in Canada, eh?
Another banger by Hammer and Nigel Records. I'll tell you, you need a whole album. You got to put out an album.
Just wait till March
Yeah, I
when
was
we
gonna
do
say.
Hammer and Nigel Records Madness, where for 16 days of glory, the biggest bangers we've ever had compete with each other head to head.
That's going to be great.
That might make it in.
Might just make it in. Miss Allison, hit me with some mood music, please.
It is a mystery of the first degree.
Wait a minute. Is this Hoyt Axton?
Where did the money go?
Where did the money go?
Where did the money go?
Hoyt Axton, recording artist and the real star of Gremlins.
That's right. Hoyt Axton. And I think the reason we're playing that is because Zelensky over in Ukraine, Jerry, is saying, where's all my money? Where did the money go? You guys sent me like billions and billions, all this money, and I got half, even that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you loan your friend money. You're like, hey, where's my money? I got half now, and we'll work out the rest later.
Yeah.
But the money was sent somewhere.
Well,
so
yeah, there's
who got
money,
it?
There's money missing. We know that.
It's probably over at USAID right now. Elon's looking for that.
Like, where's this Doge department at? Because we got to find where the money's at. And damn it better not be in Hunter Biden's bank account.
Yeah.
It really? You don't think it is? You don't think it made it somewhere?
It better not be.
Well, it doesn't say Hunter Biden on it, but it probably says one of his
Something
10
like artwork. Crackhead artwork.
So in an interview with the Associated Press over the weekend, Zelensky says, quote, when people say Ukraine received $200 billion to support the army during the war, that's not true. Quote, I don't know where all the money went.
That's not a good sign.
In the words of Hoyt Axton, again, where did all the money go?
Can we hear some more Hoyt Axton, Allison?
Hoyt.
Can we please turn up that mood music one more time that we just
I've never
had?
even heard of this guy.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Folk singer, and he was the old sage guy, the voice of reason in Gremlins.
The Gremlins I'm familiar with.
Of the first degree, nobody seems to know. Where did the money go?
Where did the money go?
Easy Rider. I think he was on the soundtrack for Forrest Gump.
We've given them billions of dollars. Has anybody asked if he's gotten any of that? That's a lot of money to just now kind of, you don't know where half of it's at.
And what have you done with the
man.
money that you got? I get you're claiming you only got a portion of the money.
Zelensky's out here doing parlays.
He's on FanDuel.
He lost it on Balo over 5 rebounds.
Parlay bets are sucker bets. We say it all the time. Serious question for the brain trust in this room. Based on the results of the last presidential election, do you feel like there are some Democrats that tune into television that feel like they've been lied to, hoodwinked, whatever you want to say? And I bring this question up because the numbers of left-leaning cable outlets, CNN and MSNBC, are cratering. So, do you think the voting base, maybe the folks that aren't into this kind of stuff as hardcore as we all are, do you feel like they've been lied to and they're like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm out?
I think it's hard when you have such an emotional fan base, right? The left runs on emotions and victimhood. It's hard to keep people operating at 100%, right? Eventually, that's just exhausting to whoever it is. So I think you're going to get these ebbs and flows, right, of people that are going to be completely hyper emotional or just tuned out.
Hammer, I've noticed on social media, some of my friends that I've kind of lost touch with, but are still, I pay attention to on social media, they've gone the opposite direction. They've been more vocal, outspoken against Donald Trump than I've ever seen before. And I think I texted you and Rob over the weekend about this. That's why it kind of took me back a little bit. I say it's getting ugly again to me. 2017 ugly, especially to people that were kind of quote unquote silent, but didn't say anything on social media back when Trump was their president. And obviously they were praising Biden, but now they are very vocal now. That's my angle.
Call them fascists.
So CNN's primetime numbers here. Prime time on CNN. They're down 14% year over year in total viewers, down 5% in the key 25 to 54 demo. And MSNBC, even though they're beating CNN in the ratings, they lost even more. Year over year, MSNBC, January to January, down 33% with total viewers during prime time, 41% in the key demo. Now, keep in mind, January was a wild news cycle, right? You had Los Angeles fires, presidential inauguration, confirmation hearings, some major stuff going on, and those networks took a bath.
I think a lot of people are also tuned into social media. As much as we just throw around Twitter and X and that's today's newspaper. A lot of people get it there faster than your local news sometimes.
Fox News, on the other hand, was up 40% in those key demos.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. So that says something, right? Yep. All the other cable news outlets, you said, down. And who's up?
Fox.
Interesting.
People like good news.
Up 40%. All right, what's coming up on the Tony Kinnett show that you're hosting tonight?
Oh, we're going to talk about how the Party of Diversity somehow elected two allegedly straight white males as their chair and vice chair in the DNC. Yeah, that's a fair one. You're going to get a chance to hear me go crazy when it comes to immigration. Yeah. I'm finally done being quiet. I'm going to use my perspective, and we're going to say some things that might get me in trouble. We'll see. So that's on the Tony Kinnett cast at 7.
And you can say the stuff that we probably get in trouble for.
And I'm going to find out tonight.
All right, 7 o'clock right after our show, the Tony Kinnett cast hosted by Jerry Lopez tonight. Thank you, my friend.
Have a good one.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago I went, and 19 years later I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers too. ExerciseInc.com.
I fall in love with you more every single morning.
Babe, you're my favorite. My heart belongs to you. At Shane Company, our fine jewelry says it all without saying a word. This Valentine's Day, give a gift they'll love. We have pieces you can personalize or classic gifts that are ready to go. Shop our collection of meaningful gifts, like necklaces engraved with flowers and a message of love. Or give timeless diamond studs or a stylish 14-karat gold chain. We have so many romantic gifts, no matter your budget. Just call us Cupid. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
Get C&J's 6-point well inspection for the low price of only $285, and if you book now, you get double value from it because that $285 can also be used as a credit towards any other purchase above $900 for things like well cleaning, pump replacement, tank installation, or a new hydrant. This is Denny Smith, and you need to get this winter special before the season's in deep freeze. Just call C&J. Great systems and great people, too. 317-852-WELL. That's 317-852-WELL.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Our multidisciplinary care team will guide you every step along the way.
It was very overwhelming at first, but I found this whole community of people who are understanding and just very supportive. So I have a lot of thankfulness and gratefulness for who I am through this and after this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield and Common Threads has teamed up with the Indiana Fever to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies, Inc.
Show your true love and spoil her with that special Valentine's gift from Pierce Jewelers in Carmel that says, I love you. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
I don't know about you, Matt Bear, but this kind of weather, this screams windows open, sleeping naked tonight. I don't know how you get down, but that's what I might be doing tonight.
I don't want to know.
Also, report traffic naked. That was the other thing. I just screamed in the newsroom. We only get one blank 60-degree day out of all this. I'm really offended. Yeah, it gets nasty
Yeah,
tomorrow.
enjoy it now.
While it lasts. Crash Kessler Boulevard east of Primrose near Broad Ripple. Also a crash Zionsville. US 421 south of State Road 334. Crash on the south side, stop 11 Road at Madison Avenue. Inbound 65 slows 29th at 2 Meridian Penn. Traffic sponsored by the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show. It's the Suburban Indie Home and Outdoor Living Show, February 7th through the 9th, offering hundreds of exhibitors, thousands of ideas, and local artisan shopping. Tickets $7 online and free parking at Grand Park Event Center. Visit suburbanindieshows.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Yeah, enjoy this right now because tomorrow, high of 41.
Oh, come on.
Now, I'll take 41. I'm not going to lie. But compared
In the
to
middle of February?
compared to 66,
Yeah.
it stinks. The good news, though, is I'm looking at the long-range forecast here. Every day now through next Monday, above 35.
Oh, that makes me feel great.
It's better than -8. Like we had a couple of weeks ago, that polar vortex, whatever the hell it was. 66 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. People magazine just named their most dangerous expired condiments.
I thought we were going back to Sexiest Man Alive. Were we going dangerous condiments?
Yes, this is their second biggest seller, actually. Sexiest Man Alive is one. Dangerous condiments, number 2.
Hellman's on the front.
Mayonnaise is number 1. The reason they said it's the most dangerous expired condiment, it's got eggs in it. So once it's been opened, the USDA says it's only good for 2 months.
No, whatever. I mean, they put enough preservatives in this crap anyway. It's good for 3 years, even if you open it.
Somewhere a single tear is coming from RFK's eye hearing you say that.
Sorry, Junior.
Number 2, salad dressing.
Again, the same kinds of things.
Right. Creamy kinds that have eggs or cheese are supposed to be tossed after 2 months. Now, this is where my fridge gets in trouble. Number 3, ketchup.
Really?
Ketchup and barbecue sauce. You're only supposed to go 6 months with them. And if the color changes, you throw it out. I got to be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen the color change on a bottle of ketchup.
No.
And I think I've had one in there maybe since the Reagan administration.
That's making me throw up. Oh, that'll make me throw up.
Mustard comes in at number 4. It lasts longer, but there's more vinegar in it. So once you break the seal, you've got up to a year to use it. Now, I've kind of gone bougie on my mustard. Like, traditional mustard isn't good enough. It's got to be like the spicier mustard for me now.
Dijon? Spicy brown?
The Joey Chestnut firecracker mustard.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's really good. And number 5, and I wonder how many people have had one of these bad boys in their fridge just sitting there, soy sauce.
Oh, forever.
People assume that it's one of those things that never goes bad, but you've got about a year to use it.
How does salt go bad? A salt-based liquid go bad? I don't know. I love soy sauce. I could put it on anything, including my Cheerios.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I only use it with, like, Chinese fried rice, and that's pretty much the only use of soy sauce that I have.
Man, give me soy sauce every day.
What's the one, like, unique condiment thing that you do? Is there something weird? Is there something quirky?
Well, it's not unique. It's the fancy sauce, right? Do you know what the fancy sauce is? Come on, man.
That's where you make your own special sauce, right?
Mayonnaise and ketchup together.
And you stir it up
and
dip your fries in there.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I can dip pieces of steak or anything in St. Elmo's cocktail sauce. Like the spicy horseradish.
Sure.
Now, they have a
It's not
separate
unusual.
horseradish, but I'm talking about the shrimp cocktail one. I want it to burn my face off, so I can put a little of that on a steak and be all right.
That is very strange.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Don't leave a 401k from an old employer just sitting there. It's costing you money. Those investment charges could be eating away at your balance, kind of like how traffic jams eat away at your patience. Matt Bear here. Hey, traffic. Call Trajan Wealth for a complete review of your financial portfolio. 317-480-4040 or visit TrajanWealth.com. The first consultation is on them. Trajan Wealth approaches wealth management by looking at a longer timeline. They find long-term investing solutions and incorporate the shifting economic climate into tactical investments. They're always